look like? Yeah.
All right, welcome, fellas. Welcome. Those that are on right now watching, welcome. Appreciate y'all being here tonight, man. Week 18, the finale, man. Last regular season Game of Thrones season. Game of Thrones 3, man. This is our third Game of Thrones. It's been very successful. We're coming down to the stretch, and we about to go into the league of all leagues, which is RDL, man. Real Draft League. Can't wait, baby. Earlier, if you caught the show earlier, we talked about the quarterbacks, the top 5 quarterbacks in the draft, top 5 running backs in the draft, and we went into very big details of it. I kind of shot through the running backs fast because I had an issue going on I had to take care of. But other than that, we'll get back to that. We got a jam-packed show tonight. No matter what you're doing on this Friday, if you're getting your D West on, you know, I'm at the bar right now with Betsy and Betty, Becky and Betsy. They all fat girls too. I saw all of them FaceTime and everything. If you're getting that on, you probably can't hear the phone to be able to watch the show. But if you chilling on a Friday night, man, you ain't really running around spending no money partying and all that, and you fucking with me tonight, we're gonna talk tonight. We're gonna get it in. We're gonna get it in because we're gonna get it in about the best leagues around. Simple as that, man. You know why the league is the best league around? Is the competition is the best competition around. And guys went hard, man. From the off season last year to the draft last year to week 1 all the way to where we are right now. When you take looks at the shit going on in this league, you see a lot of big time things going on. Let's take a look at the playoff tree.
Take it on.
when I told you guys the AFC had all 7 teams set, and the only thing that could change is those AFC East teams? Well, as you can see, you know what I mean, what I want to call Hood Star, man. That's it, right there, Hood Star. I always call him Hood Star. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Hood Star been around before a lot of you motherfuckers. Just let y'all know that right now, man. It's a little bit of history date. Hit my boy Hood Star. Me and Hood Star met in motherfucking in the Bull Schmutz League. That really kind of who I kind of learned to run a league from. Not his ways, but I learned, you know, how to run a league because of being in his league when I first started playing Madden. You know what I mean? I was a big-time college football player. And everything I did for Madden, I was doing in college, you know what I'm saying? But I got in a Smut League, met Hoodie, and I remember kicking it with Hoodie, and the power on his street went out. Something happened. I don't know if it was a storm or something like that, and that's the first time me and Hoodie kicked it. From that moment, I brought, you know, got him into my league, and he's been one of those guys that's been around forever. So he's really an original member. So when we say we got history, man. So I told y'all he came in his league. I told y'all he understands how to move over here and do things over here, and like he's probably, you know, stepped up that fast within, you know, the quick time he had with the Buffalo Bills. Just think about what he did in a quick 3 seasons. Imagine what he's going to do in real draft all the way down going into the summertime. Just think about that. Just think about how fast he was able to put some things together. And then he kind of gave the blueprint right out on how to move, man. You don't just got to draft your ass off all the time. You can get the free agent players. There's so much things you could do to put your team together and turn it around fast. And he did exactly that. And in the process where it was a battle between the Dolphins and the Patriots, and we ain't really have nothing else going on in the AFC East outside of that, he comes over and makes it a situation over there. And look what he does. At this point, there's no way around the fact that he's the number 2 seed for a reason. So I want to take a look at this and watch the levels of how things happen when you're a good coach, man. When you're a good coach GM and you understand how to move. All right. Alright, so he comes in and he inherits the Buffalo Bills team, who wasn't a great team because it wasn't managed really well. We have here, you might as well just take it out. Just here. You said you wanted this? Oh. So alright, our first Buffalo Bills coach Jr., he had a short tenure over there. Where, you know, 2 or 3, maybe 3 seasons. I know he did 2 full seasons. And then they got fired over there in Buffalo. He stepped down, got fired, went to the college ranks, was out there coaching Baylor, the University of Baylor and shit, for a little bit, and then got the call back up to come get those Browns. And in the process of that, Coach Hoodie comes over, takes over the Buffalo Bills, and where we thought Josh Allen life was over, he resurrected his career. Comeback player of the year, Josh Allen, underneath Hoodie's regime. But I knew that, you know, Josh Allen fits what he wants to do, but he wants something better than that at quarterback, and he went out and did do that. I did 1 season. All right, 1 season in a row. All right, so now with that being said, we saw Josh Allen, the resurrection of Josh Allen. So let's talk there first. 31-year-old Josh Allen. You know, after what he did for the Buffalo Bills, you know, he took a big-time loss in the playoffs last year and pretty much lost his job, man. They moved on fast from him. But let's take a look at it for a second. In 2021, Josh Allen had 4,852 yards, 43 touchdowns, 32 interceptions. Coach was fired. The next 2 seasons, we're going right here from 21 to 22, 23, 24, was all manned by another coach that came and had a short tenure with this team. And Josh Allen kind of fell to the backside. And then in 25, Hood Star comes back, gets Josh Allen, brings him back to life, those 61 touchdowns, 34 interceptions. He brings Josh Allen into that top 5 category as comeback player of the year. In 2025, 26, he followed that up with a Pro Bowl season. And, at the end of the day, he, pretty much lost his job. Because of great GMing. When you do some things, you go get your players. I always say this, as a coach, you come in and you take over a team, you look at your roster and see, what pieces, you're gonna, want to see develop and turn into something. So you always want the young guys that's on this roster. You check out the couple of, the drafts that happened without you, and you look at what was put on this team, and then you assess who's going to go forward with you and who's not. So while he was doing that, Josh Allen became the man again. But in all actuality, they were looking for their Mike Weber, and they got him. Simple as that, right? So, as good as Josh Allen has played, just as fast as the NFL turns over, not for long league, things is not for long. Your job's never safe. At all. Really, anybody can come in and be a better player. But the fact is, a new coach always wants his players. Bottom line. And you have to do that. So what you do is you take what's available. So what's available to you, Josh Allen's available to you on your roster. He's the better quarterback right now. So you got him, you put him, you play him, and then you put pieces around him. And instead of going ham and worrying about the draft, you did your thing in the draft, but you put veterans around him to be able to, we're winning right now. We don't want to sit here and go through a process of, all right, give us a year to be on some tank mode shit, and then we start playing and all. No. They came in to win right now, so he built the roster to win right now, and he did exactly that. After his first full off season, he'd been a playoff team since, and he did it through veterans. Through free agency, spending money, putting weapons around Josh Allen, putting weapons on that defense to better, run around and do some of the things he needed them to do to be a good football team. And all the while in search of his guy. And they did that this year. So as in the playoffs, again, they don't just, skate in the playoffs. They take the division and they win that division. And they had to do it through tough football. So I just wanted to show Josh Allen and, what he did for them. And I'm quite sure, they'll give him a farewell tour, some type of situation, ceremony, something got to go for Josh Allen. But I don't think he'll be on this roster but too much longer. If he does, he's going to be a backup quarterback to end his career. And if I'm Josh Allen, I'm looking to go somewhere else to better play. And I think he can be a one-year rental for a team that's right there, ready to make the playoffs, but just need that one jump, make the playoffs, and then they can go get their quarterback or develop a quarterback with Josh Allen starting. He's just not the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills anymore. Mike Weber is the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills right now. He's literally 2 points away from being threshold out. And once that happens, you're in the situation now. Because right now you're only using 2 of his ability boxes right now, right? And once that happens and he gets to open up those boxes, things are going to change right now. He's on his rookie year. He's a superstar. You got to get him to an X factor to better use all 5 tiers. And that's coming. That's right around the corner. And the moment he become a superstar, then they open up all them boxes. And if that happens by playoff time, within this week of play right now, that happens, whether it was a gift given or whatever the case may be, if that happens, then you taking the quarterback, your quarterback into the playoffs at his full capability. You saw what happened with the Eagles over there with Darren Thomas. You see what he's doing with DT, the golden child. The moment he was able to get unlocked and got to that 90 threshold, he was able to use all his skill sets. And that put them in a situation. So let's continue on right now, man. After losing a very tough playoff game last year to the Las Vegas Raiders, in a game where the Las Vegas Raiders lined up and they took their young rookie quarterback and they decided, you're not going to lose us this game at all. We're going to put the game in your hands, but as a runner, and we're going to run the ball 52 times with our stud running back, and whatever you need to do with your legs in the game has happened. So the Buffalo Bills had to take a look at themselves and say, that got to be Achilles heel to us for somebody to line up and run the ball 52 times and win a playoff game that way, right? Um, I would think they will assess themselves and say, what do we do after that playoff loss? What do we do to be better defensively so this doesn't happen? Because the one thing they didn't have a problem with was offense. They scored points at a high level. They had a rookie receiver that took over the league for 2 straight seasons. He's still in that top 5 category right now, and as we speak, they put some pieces around Josh Allen, and then they just got the quarterback they wanted. So they did some things on offense, but all in a while they tore free agency up, and they really put this team together. And before I can get into what they did to put it together, they come off that loss. You evaluate yourself. How many guys actually sit there and sit there and research and assess their situation, or do they just bitch about their loss, or bitch about the team they played lost, or how the team played them, or what happened, right? Or do they sit there and be like, how do we improve our situation? You can't be a guy that's super active in free agency and bust nothing but moves in the off season, whether it's free agency, trading, or just sticking with the draft. Whatever you do, however you move, signing a key player, whatever the case may be, you're not a person that, if you're moving like that, like how Hoodie moves, if you're that guy moving that way, then you are always evaluating your players and your team and trying to find a way to get better, right? So as they did that, I would think the first thing you want to do is try to stop the run. We got to make sure a guy can't line up and just smash mouth footballers like that. So for a team to just line up and 52 carry you to death, and I'm not making fun of the carries. I don't care how he did it. He ran the ball 52 times. As a defense, if I'm the Buffalo Bills and I'm and I'm sitting in a meeting room with my staff, that's an issue for us. That's a red flag. We're going to sit there and figure out why we couldn't stop the run, and that's all it comes down to. So I would think I will assess that offseason as putting pieces on this defense to be able to stop the run. So we're going to see if they absolutely did that, right? All right. Now, Devin Hall was drafted by Hoodie. This is his 3rd year, or no, he wasn't drafted by Hoodie. He was on the roster, but this was a player that he moved forward with, who was up to a superstar. Let me just check out something real fast. So he came out in 2024. All right. And 25, he had 18.5 sacks, 16.5 sacks. This is all Hoodie year with him, right? So they developed this guy and turned him into a monster, right? This is a guy, we looking at a guy that can get to the quarterback, and then you also know he can play in the backfield. 10. The numbers, tackle for losses went down here, but I think his role changed last year. But it's right back here now and again. So you got a guy that get double-digit tackle for losses. He can play the run, and he's a good pass rusher at the same time. So that's a piece that how do we get stronger? We already got a guy at defensive end who's doing really good at defensive end for us. We have to build around him. So that's the first thing you got. You got Devin Hall. You put that on your board as a check piece, right? This is a check piece right here. So you put the check next to him. You say we're solid there. All right, and you continue to look and process it, and you go Derek Hale, 6'4", 245, 89 overall. All right, LaRon Charles. These are guys that you move forward with. Whether you drafted them, I think he drafted these guys. All right. So you continue to get faster and get better. So you look at the block shares, 93. You want guys that can tackle, right? Because the run is killing you. So you want guys that can tackle you. And of course, these guys were there during that 52 carry loss to the Raiders. But again, you assess your team and you figure out how to improve it, right? So LaRon Charles, 6'5", 310. 86 tackling. These guys got high tackling and block shares. So finesse moves, power moves, all the stuff they need to be is there. They got to continue to develop as young players, 23 and 24-year-olds. You have a bright future with these guys. All right, 89 overall, 87 overall. But the awareness and play recs, this is what you want to get better at, right? You want to get to the thresholds. You got to get these to at least an 85 before they start playing, out of control, where their AI plays for you, right? So he did that. And you go look at the D tackles, he addressed that for sure, right? He brings in Kenny Clark to bring the veteran on their roster. They drafted C.J. Kitchens from out of Miami, who's a monster. They also picked up Jimmy Starks in the same draft. They got C.J. Kitchens, and then you look at Jimmy Starks at 6'8", 302 pounds. 85 speed, 91 excel. That's very, very good speed at the D tackle position. I think he was a DN and got moved to D tackle. Cole Goodwell, superstar, 6'4", 335. So they beefed up on that front four so far. So to me, this is a team building themselves into not allowing the same thing that happened last year to happen again, because they beefed up on that D line, and the D line is really stout. You know what I mean? They can go too deep at each position for the most part. Because they got some tweeners at the D tackle position that can also play defensive end. I mean, if you look at C.J. Kitchens alone at 84 speed, 86 acceleration, he's a speed rusher if you put him at DN, right? Big body guy with good size and speed. He could do some things. So they got that in check, right? And then you go look at the linebackers, right? They bring in Fred Warner. Ernest Jones. These are all players that came out of free agency. They're not part of this team. Danny Rhodes is a drafted piece that you can develop, right? I'm quite sure he probably played him, but it didn't matter because you brought two veterans in that's ready to go on abilities that you can pretty much redshirt this guy and let him develop behind two guys that are studs. At the middle linebacker, Tarquin Battle. They get rid of a Battle, bring in another Battle, and then Edmonds is still here. So you know he was the centerpiece, and you stick with that, and you allow him, to be the guy at 29 years old. But Tarquin Battle comes over, and you have two solid speed linebackers at the middle, manning it down. All right, so you bring in Xavier Collins, 28 years old, on X Factor, right? You also bring in Osaya, and then you draft Quentin Dunbar. Speed is everything, right? So they addressed everything they needed to address in their front seven. Now look at this front seven, and you tie it together, and you say, all right, I got the type of team up front right now that we should be able to line up and not allow another team to come in the building. I'm not saying we're going to stop the run completely, but we're headed in the right direction to not be able to go through the same shit we went through last year with a team running the ball like that on us and knocking us out of the playoffs. All right, so on the back end side of it, Junior Levine, this was a corner. In his draft, he was the #1 corner in the draft. The problem was he's 5'9", so guys didn't even think about approaching this kid. Well, since he's been a Buffalo Bill and drafted by Hoodstar, let's see what he's been for Hoodstar. I mean, this is solid. 8 interceptions of the rookie, 9 this year. So you got a dog that was probably slept on by everybody in the league because of his height, right? And nobody wants a guy that is 5'9" at the cornerback position. But he drafted him at pick 26. 2 Pro Bowl appearances in 2026. He was Defensive Rookie of the Year. So this is a steal pick, right? I'm comfortable with him. He can be. I'm not gonna call him a shutdown corner or not like that. But then they're solid there. Then they go get a 6'2" kid, Trayvon Simmons from last year. He's developed into an X factor. Now you got 2 good corners on the outside. You go snatch Darius Williams up from the Giants out of free agency. You pick this kid up, bring him in on ability. He's a veteran, right? And he was able to still keep the ability on him because we were late to the party with these DBs, right? So you got another superstar there. You pick up Khalil Dorsey. This is a cast-off player for the that left the Ravens and went to the Eagles in hopes of becoming a starter once he became a superstar over there, and never really got to see the field. Eagles really never invested in this kid, let him go, and it's another X factor or superstar sitting in free agency that the Bills picks up. And they match up a bunch of veterans with some young guys right now. So if you look at the 2 corners, are the two young gunners is right here, and then you got veterans to help those guys out, right? And I like exactly that, because you still got, no matter what happens with Dante Jackson, he still got 96 speed at the moment. And then your other 2 veterans have abilities, so that changes everything. You go out to the safety position. Marcus Williams was a really good stud for the Chargers. The Chargers ain't really focusing and playing his games and things like that, so guys like this get let go. When you see a team that likes to have safeties on their team, is because they use those safeties. All right. Now, ultimately, you want a guy to respect your rules and use these guys the right way. I played him. He uses these guys the right way, because sometimes you look at it like, well, why would you get all these safeties? They better play the meta defenses that all the guys on online play, and the YouTube guys and the tournament guys play. They put their DBs at linebacker sub packages and all that stuff. Well, we have a rule against that. You can do it, but you have to meet the weight and height requirement, right? But Hoodie does a good job without be dealing with that. Like, these guys don't have to play sub linebacker for him. Guys understand packages and how to put people on the field, and you get the most out of some of these guys, right? So Keenan Barnett, you look at him, 1 year in at 5'11", 195, really good speed. At this point, man in his own is high, 80 and 80, that's solid. Then they go get the Jamaican Lennox Castle, man, who's a dog for this team. Another guy that's 5 pounds lighter, too light to be a sub package guy, but I've seen what he does with this guy. I mean, he's leading probably all DBs outside of Steve Israel. He's leading them on star too, not even a superstar athlete. He will be a superstar before it's all said and done, because of the season he having. But look at it, and you're not going to go through the league and find another DB in this league with double-digit sacks from the true free safety position, right? This is part of the defensive scheme they got. This is why they're effective. This is why they won their division this year. 8 interceptions, 10 sacks, 8 tackles for loss. You would think he was a strong safety the way he plays with these in-the-box numbers right here. So they go get a dog again. You clean up your defense to better stop guys from butt balling you to death, running the ball down your throat. Simple as dies, letting their running backs fall forward, playing to the product of the game. You feel me? This game, each dish that come out, it's certain things that the game allows, or certain things that the game kind of like trying to transfer it to. 19, the crossing routes was all crazy, even though they're still available now, but that was the tone setter in 19. Tight formations out of shotgun and run, everybody run drags and crossers, and your defense couldn't stop those things. Well, this game, to me, I think this game, 21, you got the wiggle. Hand the running back the ball and wiggle your ass for a 60-yard touchdown, because of the AI of wiggling makes these guys go crazy defensively. This year, I think it's the running back game. It's the lean forward, fall forward, break tackles. You can't get a guy down in the backfield at all, and guys can keep drives going because they can get hit on 3rd and 8 at the line of scrimmage and fall forward for 12 yards. So when you're dealing with that, you got to better address that. So you can look at Lennox Castle and be like, well, he can't put him in a box, so how is that a piece addressing the run game? Well, it definitely addresses the run game, because he has, first of all, 10 tackles for loss, 10 sacks. That tells you he plays around the football, and he has a high volume of tackles. So he addressed that. You go look at the strong safeties. Aaron Ridley was there already. This was a piece that when you first take this team over, you're not getting rid of this guy. And then you got Tommy Murray, another ability guy back there. So when you look at this Bills roster, you see a bunch of veterans from free agency pickups, and you see youth and his imprint on this team. And that was just the defensive side of things. Now, you come off of that, you put your team together, you get out of preseason, you start the regular season week 1, and you start to evaluate your process and how your team is supposed to be playing at each point of the season, right? So now we get out for that, we see what he did in the off season, we understand what the roster looks like defensively. Then you ask yourself, did he do the right stuff? Did he pick up the right players and pieces? Well, the first answer to that from face value is yes, he did. Right? So he goes into I'm sorry, that was me that aired the motherfucking Chargers. Alright, so week 1 on a Monday night, they come out, and what's the first thing the Madden gods give them? They say, okay, you put your team together. We know you are concentrating on being able to have a defense to stop the run, and they line them up with the New England Patriots, one of the most running team in the league. A team that literally, runs the football all game long. So you line up in that game, you lose it at 27-14. And the press and the commentators and everything start talking. Well, they seem like they still got to address stopping the run. All right, they got to address stopping the run. Let's see. The Patriots rushed for 186 yards in that game, right? And pretty much that's what wins you the ball game. 18 first downs to your 7. I want to see the clock control here. 22 minutes and 33 seconds. And week 1 they got butt ball. So like they come off of a loss of butt ball and control the clock, run the fucking football right at your throat, to a regular season week 1 game where they had to watch a guy hold the ball for 22 minutes and 33 seconds on your ass and run the ball right at you all game long. Right, I don't even know if there's enough runs in the playbook for that, but he did. 13 carries from him, 19 carries from him. His quarterback had 6 carries. I mean, they were running the shit out of the football. Oh my God, right? And they lose the game, but there's no panic there. You sit back, you keep the process alive, you keep evaluating yourself. Then you take care of the Titans 73-17, come back and get the Jets 52-24, line up against the Texans and get into a nice little game there 31-21. Then you go and travel at home you play a playoff team and the Jacksonville Jaguars, and you get them 28-3, whose team is literally a running team, is based off of Travis Etienne, one of the best running backs in the league. All right, so for them to beat them 28-3, at this point, week 5, they're starting to see that young team mixed with that veteran team, that front 7 that they put together, has to start to see it start to take its course now, right? Because I don't care who you are, you don't come out of a game with Travis Etienne on the field and he had 21 carries, 138 yards, right? But he kept him out the end zone, right? So 21 carries wasn't damaging because the 138 yards didn't really kill you because you won the game and he didn't put no points on the board. Although they moved the ball, it wasn't effective enough to really put a dent in what Hoodie's defense was doing. So now you evaluate yourself after week 5 and you say, all right, we gave up 100 yards, right, to 2 teams that really run the football. We gave up over 100 yards to those guys rushing, but we was able to pull out a winning streak here. 1, 2, 3, 4 game winning streak. Then they get to the Colts and beat them 49-34. Then they get to the Dolphins and the gears shift a little bit. Now the Dolphins want to throw the ball more than they run the ball, but with a new running back in Spencer Moss, I wouldn't put it past them that they ran the ball some more. Obviously 7 interceptions ain't gonna cut it. So now I'm feeling good about my defense right now. Right, because you held Spencer Moss, the young rookie, to 13 carries, 78 yards, 6 yards a carry. So at this point, you're giving up 6 yards a carry in a run game. That's a number that's way too high. You don't want that to be continuing to happen. But they didn't run the ball at all. Nuna East had 2 carries for 10 yards, and where Spencer Moss 13 for 78 yards, not going to cut it. But they came off with the dub. Then they go into Philadelphia in the city of brotherly love, and they go out there and they get the win 38-24. And just real quick, I want to just see the player stat line real fast. The Eagles are dealing with a young quarterback, Darren Thomas Jr. 2-2. Okay, so this is the battle of the rookies. And then the run game, Danger Griffin. Let's look at Jonathan Teller, and this is where you start to feel a little bit comfortable about yourself. You had a dog at running back to 4.4 yards a carry. Now your team is starting to hold teams under the benchmark, which is 6 yards a carry, right? So that's solid right there. Your win streak is intact. Playing really good football. You got a couple of really big wins on this on your schedule so far, with the Jaguars and the Dolphins being 2 big wins. Eagles, another playoff team, so that gave you 3 wins that you can, gifted wins, get wins that you can look at and say your opponent were quality opponents, playoff opponents, big time wins, right? Come off your bye, and you get the Patriots this time around 38-24, and I think to be able to beat the Patriots With a score like that, you had to do something a little bit more in the run game as far as defensively to stop these Patriots. Because look, 22 carries, but here we go, 4.9 under 6 yards. So we're starting to see the trend now. Now the Buffalo Bills defense is holding guys under 6 yards to carry. The moment they start doing that, they start winning ball games. So when they do it, you're starting to see wins happen. When they don't do it, you start to see losses happen, right? So you come out of there, and then you go to the Broncos, who also got Javonte Williams running pretty solid all year too. So let's see what happens here. To me, this is crazy. 18 carries, 172. He had 9.6 yards to carry and 2 touchdowns. But the problem is the turnovers in the passing game killed them. So something happened in this game because, you know, they're not, when the game is over and you get to Monday and y'all just film watching and stuff and getting yourselves ready for the week for your next opponent, you have to go back to this game and say, how did we allow 9.6 yards to carry? We're happy with the win, but we're not happy with the fact that they averaged 9.6 yards to carry. Then the other running back on 3 carries was averaging 6.7 in this game. So, you know, obviously the turnovers is the reason why they was able to win this ball game, because Kellerman threw 3 picks. Simple as that. But they pulled out that dub, and then things start to get a little bit shaky for a while right here, right? Because you get to the Baltimore Ravens and you lose that game 38-23 in a game where you fought back super hard, and it was ugly at one point. If you look at the box score, it was really ugly, but they had a second half that was serious over there. And you look at, you know, now you got a team who's only threw 445 yards, a touchdown and a pick. So you know that means the ball was being handed off the running backs over there. So 18 carries from Fields, held him under 4.2, held him under 6 yards a carry. Lamar Jackson, 6 carries for 46 yards, but if Lamar ain't scoring with his legs, that 7.7 don't kill you. And then J.C. Fields, 5 carries, 43 yards, 8.6. So at this point, you know, you lose to the Ravens, who are averaging a little over 6 yards a carry on you running the football right now, and you're right back to square one. So the reason why you go up and down like that is because you have a young defense. Although it's mixed with veterans on it, that's the base of that defense is a young defense. It's his players that he brought in. And you just continue to go through his schedule, right? And you just continue to go down there, and I could probably go show you each time he played a team that ran a football or for over 6 yards a carry, or ran a ball for under 6 yards a carry, is on the average he's winning those games when they're not rushing for 6 yards a carry. So he goes out there, loses to the Giants 41-21. That's a playoff team. Then he gets the Cowboys 31-24, loses to the Bucks in a really good game 24-14. And I would say in Tampa Bay, you know, Jaleel Ruggs is getting the football. I don't know how much, but he's getting the football. 30 carries for that dub, but you held him to 3.3. Sometimes you can't. This is the part of the game that you can't stop, right? It's not that you're not stopping a run because you're only averaging 3.3 yards a carry, but 27 carries is a lot of carries in a game where, you know, it's easy to run the football, even if you're not elusive. Now you're dealing with a guy who is elusive and can know how to stick work with his running back, but in 27 carries, you can accidentally get, you know, damn near 70 rushing yards just by, you know, running forward. Right? Because of how the game is. Not saying that's what Craig did. I'm not like that, but that 3.3 is solid, but 27 carries makes that a little shaky. Alright, so then you beat the Dolphins in week 17, and then you end the season with the football team who pretty much packed their lunch up. Danger fumbled in the red zone in that game. Torture. Young gunner too. A young diaper dandy is the cause. And these are the things that we fear going into the playoffs. Now, I'm comfortable because that win against the Dolphins 44-7, this is a disrespectful ass whooping right here. Sheesh. I mean, this man put up 523 total offensive yards right there. 201 on the ground, 322 in the air. This is scary. This is scary right here. 100 perfect QB rating, 326 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, no picks. Marino donated all game, 48.3. Jesus. I mean, if you want to get into the playoffs and go and get this team ready to play at a high level, this is what you do. 22 carries. You ain't seen that many carries from Danger all year. Where guys were like, oh, tweener, he can throw the ball to him, throwing screens to him. He really not, he can run with him, but he's not showing us he can run it. Then there it goes. Why? Because he trained this guy all year to prepare for this moment, to be able to do these things. All right, dangerous. 22, 171, 7.8 and a touchdown this game. They held Spencer Ramos under 6 yards, 5.5. Weber had 7.3 yards on 3 carries. They got loose there, man. We'll go a little bit deeper. Chris Poole showed Jalen Waddle today that you're not the better receiver in this game. Oh my God. Rob, you there? I know I don't hear that too much noise in the background.
Yeah, I'm here.
Bro,
Man.
Chris Poole showed up in this game and told Waddle, I'm the best receiver in the league.
Really? Oh, shit.
Did you see this? 7 catches, 247 yards, 35.3 yards a catch, 4 touchdowns. He woo baby the life out of him. Holy shit.
Damn. Them sound like them little play action to the corner.
Yo, in fact, I don't see Waddle on this list right now. 1 catch, 2 catches for 19 yards. We talking about Jalen Waddle. 2 catches for 19 yards, 19 yards, 9.5 yards a catch. I mean, this is locked down defense here.
I gotta say this because when I played him too, Jalen Waddle only had 2 catches for 36 yards. I don't think he was targeting Jalen Waddle this year. I think he really benched him for the most part. He was trying to get some of his other receivers going. So I don't know if I could put too much stock in it. Cause he really, like, even when he didn't really target Jalen Waddle like that. Like,
against you?
When I played him, like, yeah, like, you said, he made a comment in that chat about, I need to get Waddle going again. I think he was trying to get somebody else built. That's just my.
I hear you, but the fact that Waddle is on a top receiver list right now, so like he been playing all year. I think, to be honest with you, maybe that's true, but I think in this moment, think about this. This is for the division.
Right. Yeah. I see that.
You ain't gonna sit Waddle ass down. I took him out of the game.
Then again, the way he talked to him, like, it was almost like he didn't respect him. It was almost like he was like, "This is my division. Maybe Nana could knock me off," but I don't think he ever gave Hoodie that respect.
Right.
Be like, man,
right. And I mean, I seen all that in the chat, and all I was saying was, come on, young Camden, you around, but you don't know this guy been around. We know this guy. We know exactly what's about to happen.
Right. I mean,
the crazy thing is, we ain't seen shit yet, bro. You got to think about it. He still don't have the quarterback to the level he need him to be at for him to really be effective the way he wants to. These guys, and the fucked up part about it is he's learning the Dolphins, he's learning Nano, and they don't even have a third of his offense yet. I promise you that. You could play Hood in every league and see what he does, and you see it, but like, it's a difference between him putting it together, all together with the guys, all the quarterback with the X factor and the abilities he need him to have, and having all of it put together. You still haven't seen a whole half of an offense that this guy does, that I know for a fact, and I wish Falk was on here to attest to this, that you ain't seen shit yet. So while he's learning those guys, they still don't really know who he is.
Yeah, I could.
That's what makes it scary.
I was in a couple of leagues. Me and Hoodie actually was in the same division, so yeah, I know what he's capable of, and like, it really is scary. Like, if you get that quarterback going on all cylinders and you're able to, get a scramble and playmaker, it's a problem.
When you got a coach saying Simmons had his ass locked, and then he said I took him out of the game. He said add me to the chat. You got that, buddy, all day. All day. You gotta talk your shit right now. You fuck that. Talk your shit, Hood Star. Where you at? Hoodie. I mean, I'm in the game right now. I'm looking at it, right?
Right.
You're looking at this game. Let's just go to the Dolphins.
How many targets did Waddle have? I want to see it. Yeah, can you look at that?
So you're looking at, he only caught the ball twice. They're not gonna tell you how many targets he had.
Okay. Yeah.
But he only had 2 catches, right? So you look at the leading receiver with the tight end, Gregory Lloyd. He probably was dragging him to death with him. Little baby crossing routes, right?
Yeah, that's number 6.
That's number 1, the tight end.
Number 1.
All right, so Arthur Forbes had 2 catches for 47 yards. Huffman had 3 catches for 44 yards. The running back had 4 catches out the backfield. They all Texas routes. And then you got, if you keep looking, you got Spencer Moss with 1 catch, and Waddle had 2 catches for 19. Hoodie, explain this to me. How were you able to hold Waddle in a game where if he won, I think he wins the division if he wins this, and he's the 2nd seed, right? Where you at, buddy? You on yet?
He probably got to share his voice.
Yeah, he got to share his voice and all that shit. Well, while we giving him a second to tee it up, you know what I mean? Talk to me, Rob. Where's Max at, bro? Because Max will really can look at this and be like, he probably saw the game. No, Max.
Yo.
Max, what happened in this game right here, man? He said Simmons, the cornerback, shut Waddle ass down. There you go. You got your shared voice on, Hoodie, so we can hear you on the broadcast? Let me see. Can y'all hear him on the show?
Let me pull it. I can hear him through the headphones. Let me pull up the
yeah, that sounds like
the YouTube and see. Tony said, did he say something?
I'll be giving him a second to tee it up. You know what I mean? Talk to me.
Tony said, did he say something? No, I ain't coming through.
Nah, Hoodie, go to your settings and share your voice.
What week is this game?
Inside the headphone, like you about to send an invite out, chat invite. So look, go to the, like you about to send an invite out, go to the party, and then on the side it's gonna say party settings. Go there, and then once you go there, you want to go allow your voice to be shared. Always allow, and then chat. Yeah, just allow your voice to be shared always. Yep. And then we should better hear you.
Let me see.
Hoodie, go to your settings and share your voice. Inside the go to your settings
Oh. Yeah.
You can hear him, right?
He's good.
All right, we good now. All right, so Hoodie, man, this game, Week 17, Dolphins and the Bills. Once you saw the Giants beat the Patriots, it kind of made it a between you guys, right? This was a game that the winner was going to the 2nd seed, period, right?
Man, he wasn't gonna beat me anyway.
Right, but this was those games. But this was one of those games that if he won, he would be the 2nd seed right now.
Man, look, real talk. I'm gonna tell you exactly why I beat. When I'm gonna play him, I'm gonna beat his ass every time I play him. Okay, I was in his league,
right?
And he fucked around and he sold my motherfucking 1st round pick. I had the top pick in his league. And he sold my pick earlier this year.
Wow.
So he sold my pick to my, oh, he only giving the nigga 30 seconds. I'm like, nigga, this a top 10 pick, nigga, like.
30 seconds in the 1st round?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He know it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I left it, so I was like, fuck it, man, I'm
out
gonna
of
leave
here.
this league.
That was the league. That man wasn't saying division.
I know.
The Steelers, now the Ravens.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That's over there.
I
Yeah, I
like,
remember that.
I was like, fuck it, so I just left his league. So then I just happened to run into him over here. So when I seen his name, I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to kill this nigga every time I play him.
That's why them earlier scores was 80s and 70s and shit like that.
No, that cause look, I'm gonna be real. He's a walking 50 burger.
Oh no.
Like no G shit. Like I'm just, I'm gonna just keep it real. He's a walking 50 burger. Like nigga, like if you want to send a nigga to the Pro Bowl, play the Dolphins. And that's just real talk. Like he's not that good. You take Waddle out the game, he gonna throw to the tight end. He can't throw to Water or the tight end. He just sit back there and hold the ball and bam, he getting sacked. I had to show, and I came in the game to show him shit, nigga. This Chris Poole division, fuck a Water.
So Chris Poole comes in. You drafted this guy, and since he's been in the league, he's been playing at a high level. Do you think he's the best receiver in y'all division right now?
Most definitely.
Okay. So it's safe to say that you don't look at the Dolphins as a rival game.
No.
He said Chris Poole is better than Jalen Waddle. Let's go look at it. Look, man.
Look, I played the whole AFC East. Hey, shout out to them broomsticks to all y'all boys. But Chris Poole definitely had the best numbers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't listen, men and women lie, numbers don't. Period, right? You look at it from the time he's been in the league.
And Max, when I played you caught me on you caught me good timing. You got me good timing when I played you.
That boy Poole still was bombing. He was still bombing. He was still bombing.
Hey, yeah, but when I locked in, it was too late. Like near fourth quarter, that's when I locked in. Shit, that when I hit you over the top 2 times, I was like, okay.
That's what happened in our game. You motherfucking locked in and came back, and that motherfucker 2 point goal. You got 16 straight points on my ass. Brought that shit back to a 1 point game. I'm looking at the receiver. Look, hold on. Let me find this little nigga at. Where that motherfucker at? We going to AFC East.
And if you look at it,
AFC East.
What Jalen Waddle putting up, bro? I got half of the catches, bro. What I'm putting up with my receiver.
So you looking at, here we go, Chris Poole. Right, and you only got 47 catches. Yep. 47.
And I got more yards and touchdowns than him.
Yeah, he do. So, Mac, let's look at this. The best receiver in the AFC East right now. So, right now, Chris Poole, if we just look at the guy that got the most catches first, let's start there. All right. So, Devontae Sweeney on some computer love shit got 79 catches for the Jets. Dennis Waddle was 75. Then the tight end, Gregory Lloyd, got 71. All right. So, you're not even looking at it. Danger is the lead in reception leader on the Bills team. But now you go look at the yards of it, and we look at what's going on in yards wise. Chris Poole is leading this division in yards, 1920. Waddle has 1799. I want to go a little farther. If we look at Chris Poole when he got drafted, from year 1 to where he's at right now, right? Let's dig into it a little bit. He came out in 2025. In 2025, he had a monster year, 140 catches, 2,861 yards, 32 touchdowns. He followed that up with 72 catches in his sophomore campaign, 2,430 yards, 29 touchdowns. And right now, he's half those catches with damn near the same yards, right? He's not that far off from 2,000 right now with a game left. 40, but he's averaging 40 yards a catch right now. So he goes from, his best at 33.8 to damn near a whole nother, what's that about? A whole nother 7 points in yards, 40.9 from 38.9. I mean, from 33.8. He averaging 120 yards a game, 23 touchdowns. So this is why you see 47 catches, but the yards are still high because he averaging 40 yards a catch. This guy averaging 40 yards a catch right now. All right, that's the last 3 years, from 2025, 26 to 27. So then you take those numbers, and then you go look at Waddle, who we've been saying, and I'm not going away from what I say about Waddle, man. For the fact that guys know that's just all he really want to throw it to. He still gets his thing. He still does what he do, right? So in 25, he had 86 catches for 2,210 yards, 22 touchdowns. 26 last year, he had 100 catches for 2,568 yards, 25 touchdowns. And right now, he has 75 catches for 1,799, 22 touchdowns. Who's the better receiver right now?
Poole, without a doubt.
Max?
I'm going Poole right now just because when I played him.
And you gotta look at it. All right, if you play the Dolphins, you take Jalen Waddle out the game. He have nobody else to beat you with. I can beat you with multiple players.
Right.
Once I see you scheme in, I listen. Okay, the last couple games, Max, and Nano, both of y'all played me the same way. It's like I know this how I know like y'all boys been on y'all film study. Hey, and I'm sitting here, hey, I'm playing the game right, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, I'm finna come out in this formation, and I guarantee you, Max is on this safety, and Nano is on this safety, and I'll be damn, I come right out,
and they on their safety.
And I call out, they on the safety. But see,
I mean, that's the universal formation, man. We gotta be on the safety in that drawing. You ain't on the safety.
See,
the fact that he know what you talking about and tell you right there he film study. He know exactly what he talking about. I'd be like, oh, what play was that?
I don't even gotta reference it because I know because I hit anybody with that.
Everybody do that.
The safety's gonna be in that same formation.
What formation y'all talking about? Cause I have no idea what y'all talking about.
It's like that tight, what you throw,
Hey, look, right? And
the gun tight flex.
When I played Craig, right? Craig was like, I hit him with the play. Craig like, damn, how many times he got this play? Like, how many times he got this play?
But see, I'm slick as hell. Like, I ain't gonna play the safety. I'm just gonna go right and cover through and yes. That shit take the shit right out.
But see, you can't jump and cover 3 either. Look,
that play universal, man. That shit old as hell.
When I threw you that pick to Chris Poole, I was baiting you up the whole time, but I just fucking hit the wrong button. If you go back and look, my tight end is down the middle of the field, wide ass open.
I think I know what play you're talking about. Yeah, I know.
I'm like, oh my fucking God, I dialed it up. I know you are. I say, Max is on his safety. Soon I come out, he see the formation, he gonna jump on his safety. And what made me know you was on the safety because you moved him a little bit, and I was like, "Yep, he on that safety." So I'm finna run the play, and I know he gonna be over.
I don't got no problem letting nobody know with my user.
You can't. It ain't nothing. I know. I just, but I know. I've been in this league.
You've been fucking with
them 8 years.
Yeah, you one of the first original members of the league, bro.
Yeah,
we go all the way back to 17, bro. Yep.
That's how long I've been playing online and introduced me online to fucking playing franchise.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
I never knew nothing about that shit.
Yo, niggas don't remember this though, Hoodie. Motherfucking when we first did the first real draft, you motherfucking draft. You had the Dolphins. You got your quarterback from motherfucking free agents. Remember that quarterback you got? Niggas like, what the fuck is he doing? Yup.
That nigga like a 60 overall.
He was terrible. That motherfucker had him shit and went right to the Super Bowl year 1.
What's his name?
I can't remember that shit though, bro, but I still got footage on that shit though.
Probably fucking Deshaun Kaiser or one of them.
Nah. It was a drafted player. It was motherfucking. That's the first year we ever did real draft, and we thought, and we like, damn, Hoodie had a high pick, and he took that pick and went and drafted like a fucking quarterback that was like a 55, 60 overall.
But see, that's what I used to do. I used to just draft low ass niggas and just turn them into stars. And play like that. Niggas like, why this nigga got a 66 overall receiver, but he wasn't a 96?
Yeah.
Hey man, so Hood, I just want to know one question. If I want to place a bet right now on you winning the AFC East next year, what's the odds of my bet right now, man?
See, this is what I'm gonna tell you, right? This the only way Nano beat me, right?
Running the fucking
Nano
ball
run the same
times,
fucking plays. No, Nano run the same play over and over and over. He act like he's switching it up, but he only running the fucking stretch and the power. They're the only two plays.
That's the problem. Guys got to stop that shit, bro. Like, for real. Guys got to stop that shit.
And he gonna counter with the play action roll out to the right to the fucking nigga coming over there. If he not open, he just gonna stand there like a dummy and get sacked or throw it away. Like it's like coming like if he don't catch me clicking, put it like this. If he don't catch me clicking, he's not gonna beat me. If I'm locked in and focused, you see what I do to him, he can't do shit. He went cover 3, 4, 5 times straight. I'm like, no, I know you in the. I got on the mic and say, no, I know you in cover 3. Then nigga come right back out and run the same cover fucking 3 again.
The guys gotta stop that shit, bro. Look, I know niggas got a lot of pride. I'm do too, but like, nigga, I had to give up picks. for motherfucking mistakenly doing shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of that shit. And no, everybody be having niggas caught, but don't be saying nothing. I'm tired of that because niggas ain't had no problem saying that shit to me.
I'm
Fuck
saying,
that.
Fuck pride, bro. Because if I'm obeying your rules, nigga, everybody got to obey rules.
Exactly. Fuck that. So you in them situations, man. I know. But if you in them situations, man, fuck that. That shit turned into a draft pick at times. You know what I mean? I had to give up a second round pick for motherfucking calling cover one man three times in the drive, bro. I had to give up a second round pick for that shit.
I just go out and play, man. You beat me. Hey, it is what it is. You know, I'm gonna get up for you next time.
No, I used to do that too, but then it got too repetitive. Like when people just start thinking that, oh, he ain't gonna say shit, because I ain't say shit the first couple times.
Shit,
And then, you know what I'm saying, end up in situations
but at the same time, you look at it, bro, you shouldn't have to say nothing to a nigga that knows something, bro.
That know like, that shit already, bro. Yeah.
He been around like 6-7 years, bro.
Niggas know.
And this shit too.
Then be like, nah, you know, I ain't know. But then if you do it to them, them motherfuckers be right there. Look, cuss your ass. Oh, nah, he cheating. He running. You, nigga, you do. Here, this the thing about this game, bro. 2022. You don't have to have a big playbook, man. I think the guys that are repetitive have success in that repetitive, especially if a guy that can master the play, especially in the passing game. Like if Nano really good, he has that eye close shit that he do with the crosser and all that. He has that master because it's an easy read. And then, you know, if you can't stop his run, it's hard. But like when you play a guy like Craig who doesn't have don't run a million plays, but within his system of play calling, he understands everything about his routes, right? So he understands those things that make those guys hard to stop. And I think guys like me, like a Max, like a Falk, that get into a lot of different, like Jimbo, that run a lot of different shit. That get us in trouble at times because in games you need to be kind of be, you know, stuck in that little box and play within those lines, and when you don't, you know, it hurts. I think this game, you know, remember Hoodie Man, what this was it? If you kept running the same play, the defense AI got better and they start stopping that shit for you.
I think that was like
17 or 18 or something, right?
That was like 18 or 19.
18 or 19, yep. And now it seems like, yep. Now when you do it, it just seems like the play just get better and better every time you run it. And that's the game because they want offensive point score, bottom line. So that's why the defense is just broke and shit like that. But overall, Hoodie, talk to me about you know, understanding the type of team you putting together, like without really giving out anything too much. Talk to me about your strategy on putting a team together to be able to be successful over here.
Oh man, shit, you know, it ain't no secret. I'll tell anybody this shit. You gotta start up front. You gotta start with your O-line. Like whenever I real draft all that shit, I spent all my picks on O-line.
O-lineman, yep.
And by the time they go to grab an O-lineman, my O-lineman already established and passed their O-lineman, so I got a better chance of. I got a better chance of where I'm at than where they gotta be at, cause they starting over or starting with 2 veterans, 2 young niggas. But I started with 5 rookies. I put 5 linemen rookies on the field, like
right away. Had them motherfuckers on the field fast, and then by the time niggas start getting their linemen, your guys already gelled together for 3 years ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, that's how you gotta attack. You gotta attack it up front, and you gotta look at your team. You gotta start from. You gotta put your team together your style. Like see me, I'm more of a freestyler. I come to the line and just freestyle on what you in.
So how important was it for you to go from a guy like Josh Allen who was able to run your system, but to go get a Mike Weber, and why he was the better quarterback for you the moment you drafted him?
To be real, like Mike Weber, he was on my I really got him because I wanted to pair him with Chris Poole, because you know he threw to him. You feel me? So I wanted to connect them two back together.
Right.
Also with Kitchens.
From the University of Miami to you know what I mean? That connection, yes sir.
So I want to match all them back up. So he know Poole. And he just so happened to slip to me. I was like, damn, this is like the #1 quarterback. Niggas just letting them just sit up there. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to just take him And I took him. Shit, that's the same with Danger. I was telling him, I was like, man, ain't
Bro,
nobody gonna get this
I
nigga.
waited.
Oh
I
yeah, you
waited for
lucky,
Danger,
dog, 'cause
bro.
I didn't
You
even scout
man.
Danger, dog.
Nah, I had. You know, I
Wow.
had him on it. That's Angela.
Nah,
That's
you
my
ain't
receiver's
even.
brother.
I
You
told
know,
you
I
I
was
was
on his
gonna.
head.
And the fact that that played until me getting Danger, I was like, fuck it, man. I said, damn, Christian McCaffrey, I know he finna drop him, so I was like, fuck it. I was like, I'm just drop him because he the highest graded running back left and shit. When I dropped him, I was like, oh shit.
I know when you
Thank you,
saw that
Ant.
speed and saw that shit and like how the fuck he dropped to the 24th pick in the second round. Think about this. I had the number 2 pick in the third round. That was my pick. If you don't get Danger, he would have dropped to me in the third round, second pick, bro.
But see, this is what happened, right? This is what happened. See, I wasn't even going. I was trying to get the wide receiver you got from Jackson State.
Oh
I was trying to get him.
yeah. Oh my
I
god.
was trying to get him, and I was trying to get the fucking the wide receiver, the other wide receiver that the Chargers got from UM. I was
Oh
trying to
yeah,
pair
from
all of them
Miami,
back
from
up.
Miami.
Yeah, I was trying to pair them up,
Hendricks.
seeking
Oh my
out pair. I
god.
was finna grab one of them first, and then I was gonna grab Mike Weber in the second round. But then when I fucking around and I go look at the running back, I'm like, hold up, I'm just taking a chance. I took a chance on Danger. Put it like that.
And and it was a golden ticket because what happens is this: the nigga could play either or. You know, you can turn him into a receiver anytime you want, right? You can literally change his position to receiver anytime you want, and you defy
I
our
like the
rules.
way he at, man.
I know, but I'm just saying he's a
at.
tweener. He could play either or at any moment. He defy our rules. You know, when you hear me say tweener. But look, Hoodie, I know you're a Miami fan, right? We know that, right? But listen, the fact that I said not the draft before when I said Florida State, you know, the Florida State boys all come out, they dogs. Florida State haven't won a national title with all that talent on their team, but Miami is up and coming right now. That's the next team coming up. Did you understand what I meant? And is that why you started attacking the Miami guys, or you attacking them because you're a Miami fan?
You know, I'm a GM, so you know, when I scout, I start from the bottom to the top.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know, like, you got to start from the bottom to the top, and you
Right.
got to attack what you need, not what you feel that you want.
Right.
Because a nigga will go out there, they need a tight end or a lineman, but they see a wide receiver running. Oh shit, let me go get this.
Go get this guy.
You got
Don't never get the
40
tight
wide
end
receivers
now.
already
Exactly.
on your fucking roster. And then, oh, you know he can't get on the field how you want him to get on the field, and he can't play, and he in the graveyard.
Right, you know, wasted a pick, and then you mad at a nigga who picking those players that they need, and they loaded at every position, and you stuck with 15 receivers.
And then what's so crazy? Cause nigga go off what they were going in the draft to get, and then once that shit don't work out, once the season about to start, anybody got this player here?
Look at the trade for it then, right? Like, oh my god.
You should have drafted him. You had a chance
Plenty
to
of
get
opportunities,
him.
yes sir.
That's why teams don't be cooperating how they want them to fucking cooperate.
Exactly,
nigga, like,
bro.
you missing pieces. Like,
Missing
you gotta
pieces like
know
a
how to do this shit. It's a secret to Madden, and I told niggas that a long time ago.
Yes,
it's a secret to the Madden on how to fucking build your team.
Yes sir.
Let them know.
Yeah.
Talk them know.
That's
Like,
how you
if
do
you
it.
been around, shit, you know.
You've been around, you fucking know. But look, though, you go get CJ. Listen, let's start there first. Defensively, you go get the Miami dog at D tackle. Listen, this was a pick where let's see where you picked him at first before we go any further. You go get him, and he comes
I think I got
out.
him like first round. That was my first pick.
Second round, pick 7. Second round, pick 7. Right?
Oh yeah, I got Poole first.
And he's a Pro Bowl. He has 1 Pro Bowl appearance already, which is, you know, and he's in his second year. He'll be third year completed after this season's over. So this is year 2 for him. He has a Pro Bowl under his belt right now, right? You go get him from Miami, right? You pick up Chris Poole in that same draft, right? I think same draft.
Yeah,
Chris Poole in that same draft.
Poole, my number 1 pick.
Was this
my
your first pick?
Player drafting.
Okay.
Yeah, Poole was my first player drafting.
All right. So you go get Poole, and then you come back and pair him the next year with the quarterback. And then you cycle the market there. You look at your backfield, right? So we take a look at what you're dealing with. You start with your quarterback Mike Weber, right? And then you go into your backfield. How important is it? I don't know if Kentrell Gaulden is on a block right now. Actually, we got to change his name because he's going to come out in real life because he's really from Florida State.
Block, anybody want him, they can come get him.
Has anybody do people know, did you put him in a trade chat or anything like that, or
people that hit me up about him, but you know, like that was around the draft and shit. Man. I was looking for linemen and shit, man.
So has Danger absolutely took? I mean, with 237 carries, 1442. 18 rushing touchdowns as a rookie right now. He's giving you everything you need from the running back position. You got your guy. But what the fact that he can, you know, he's a receiver at the same time, right? The guy can catch the ball out the backfield right now. He's second, you know, first on your team in receptions right now. And almost 1,000-yard receiver. Why getting him when you did get him? First of all, when did the blinkers go off and you was like, oh my God, this guy's sitting here? So second round pick 24, as the players was going off the board and your pick was coming up, when did you realize, all right, I'm ready to get this guy? Niggas is sleeping right now, I'm ready to get him? That's the first question.
Like I said, when I looked at my backfield, like after I dropped it to safety, I dropped it to safety. I looked at my backfield and I was like, damn, I can add another running back. Because I know Christian McCaffrey, he going to get dropped.
Right.
So that's what played the role into me going to the running backs. And then I go to the running backs and I'm just looking. I'm like, damn, like, what the fuck? And I go down, I see 8.5. I'm like, hold on.
Right, 8. Yep.
Hey, so I was like, shit, I'm finna just take it. I thought he was more of a power back.
Right.
So I was like, shit, I could compare him with Golden. And you know it'll be good, but shit, when I clicked on him and he came back.
That was my next question. Like, when you clicked on him and you saw that fucking speed, it's like Christmas right now. Like, oh my God.
I said, thank you, Aunt.
Yep. Now look, how many people been in your DM the moment you got that motherfucker? Me included. Hey, what you want for him? Oh my God.
I ain't gonna lie, man. You know, a lot of niggas were trying to get him, like. Even after I played some niggas, they were like, yo,
yeah, what you want for him? Oh my God.
Niggas ready to give up the house.
The house for him, bro. Oh my God.
I'm gonna keep him. Cause you feel me? Like, he fit my scheme. Like, you know how I like to play. Like,
you know, I know. You got that nigga with the speed that dive can get turned right to a stretch. We out here. Or you think he's sitting in the flat and next thing you know he 30 yards downfield on your ass. Boop, let me get that. Oh my God.
I ain't gonna lie, that's the Dolphin, man. That boy got in another gear on him. That boy got through that middle. Broken Tucker, he got in another gear and just like,
out of there. So not only, you know, did you grab him, right? So you continue to look at the roster. How about, you know, getting Stanley McDonald out of free agency? That's one. Anton Carter, you kind of turned him into a baby dog, because when you looked at Anton all the way across the board, when I first like saw him, I think he was already on your roster. Or did you draft him too?
No, he was a 1 year in when I
when you
came and
got
the team.
All right,
but
so
he was only a star though.
Right.
I got him to an X Factor by the time that season was over. I joined.
And he's the number 14th ranked receiver in the league at this point right now. So now you start to look at your receiver room as a whole right now, because you go snatch up Terry McLaurin to bring that veteran presence over there. What about this kid Chris Best from Ohio State? What did you see in him?
Oh yeah, you know, he was really like a gamble pick for me too.
Right.
Well, you know, it all came down to it because I wasn't going to re-sign Carter.
Okay.
So I was going to free agent like, damn, I know I'm going to need a receiver, but I was like, damn, I can't let Carter walk because I got him up to an X Factor. Niggas going to jump on him ASAP.
Right away,
so I was like, fuck it. I'm going to re-sign him and draft a wide receiver. Not my first drop, but my second drop. I said I'm gonna drop the wide receiver, and Best was the only one up there. But only reason I grabbed him because the Dolphins, he took a receiver like right before me.
Right.
that I was finna
It was
grab.
Forbes. He took Forbes in that
Yeah,
draft. Yep.
yeah, I think that's Forbes. No, it's no, I don't think that's his name.
This
His
guy's
name
in
got
his
a
year. I think it was
best is
Forbes,
in.
bro. Cause they from the same draft class. Look, let me go to the Dolphins roster right
Yeah,
now. You
yeah,
looking
yeah,
at?
yeah. That's him. That's
Yep.
him. That's
It's
him. The little
motherfucking Arthur
yeah,
Forbes.
yeah. He
All right.
took
So
him.
but look, then where you at? Bills. All right, let's get to this. Let's go back to the defense. I was just talking about this. Let's go here now too. Um, Junior Levine, bro. This was the #1 corner on the draft board who was the X factor the moment you got him.
Yeah, cause this how this went. Like I was trying to get damn, I can't recall who took the cornerback, but they got a cornerback like a couple. He was like the third cornerback on the board, and they got him like a couple picks before me. So I was like, fuck it. Like I know why niggas leaving Junior Levine out there cause he 5'9", and
Yeah, that's the
once
only
I
reason
looked
I
at
got
his
left out
stats
there.
and shit, I was like, damn, this nigga the #1 jumping cornerback. So like if I know the average wide receivers is like fucking 6'3" at the least. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just take a chance on him, and I took him. I was like, he the #1 corner.
And he was the #1 corner in that draft, right? As far as on the board, he was the #1 corner, so he came out X factor. And then you look at it like this. All right, so you playing with this guy. I mean, he had 8 picks as a rookie, 9 right now, right? So in the second season, does the height bother you at all, or is he playing like a true dog in this league at 5'9"? I mean, because I drafted Anthony Israel, and a little receiver that was the fastest corner. I mean, it was a little receiver that was the fastest corner in the first draft we had. He was the fastest corner on the board, but the guys let him slide because he was 5'11", so 5'9", sitting there. This guy already was fast and already had an X factor ability, and he had an I grade as well. Now that you're playing with him, right? Do you feel like that when you line up against some of the receivers that is a mismatch far size wise, or you think he holds his own no matter what size the receiver is in front of him?
No, it's like like it depends on like the animation that
Right.
some wide receivers get, or they give the cornerback. You can go to swat the ball and that shit go right by his hand, and the receiver still catching and he gone. So it pretty much like depend on the animation pretty much, but
Right.
other than that, like I leave him on the island.
Yes, sir.
Shit.
I'm the same way.
The only receiver was the 49ers. Yeah, I played him last season, his rookie year. Like his receiver just tore my dog up. Like, you feel me?
Yeah, he
I'm
got
talking about he just dropping back, just okay.
launching 50-50s.
Launching
Go
his
get
shit.
it.
And this nigga just keep catching, so he caught by three jump balls on me like that first half. He was beating me the whole game. So I was like, okay, I'm finna, I strategize and whoop did something. And I just left him out there. I was like, okay, he gonna keep trying, so eventually he gonna get a pick. Like,
Right.
you know the game. Eventually you gonna try him and that person gonna get a pick. Like in real life. You gonna keep trying a nigga, he gonna get a pick. So once he tried it again in the red zone, my little dude just out jumped his fucking corner. I mean his wide receiver made him look. And from that game on, shit, he locked him down the rest of that game, and I was able to come back and fucking win the game.
All right, so let's talk about Simmons' corner that you have right now. Why was he successful in tonight's game against Jalen Waddle? Why was you able to hold him to 2 catches?
I just pretty much I was like, fuck it, like we just gonna like go out on the island. I just put pretty much man to man a lot of motherfuckers and just told them to just beat me, like beat me. And I know he only gonna try to, if he can't get to Jalen Waddle, he ain't comfortable throwing to nobody else. So I just pretty much baited his ass the whole game. And anytime he tried to go to Waddle, like I was coming up under that bitch right there, like slapping it or whatever. And he tried to go to him on a crossing route. My safety pulled up. I was on the safety. I baited him up the whole time. He didn't even see me. He tried to throw that bitch. I came right out of nowhere with the safety, my rookie safety, and booked that bitch.
And fucking Snag Daniels right now. So then you look at your corners. You got two young studs at corner, and Simmons and Junior Levine, right? And then you got veterans around them right now. So how important it is for you going into this draft class coming up to get another corner?
No, I don't pretty much need another corner. If I get a corner, I'll just sign a vet.
Right.
Sign a vet like out of free agent to just bluster my 2 starting cornerbacks up.
Now, when you drafted Lennox Castle, man, I call him the Jamaican out of Florida, man. You know, he need to have some dreads on, man. You gotta get this guy some dreads for real. But anyway, when you drafted him, let's see. You know, I think this was your first round pick, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. First round pick, 24. All right. So when you pick again, let's look at the board. Let's kind of go back and remember what was happening during that draft. A lot of linebackers was walking off the board, and then you get to, you know, let's say pick 22. You obviously had to have him high on your board already. You seen the combine numbers. You saw the speed on this guy, but you also saw.
And my whole thing in me taking him was I had 2 other safeties. I think the Cowboys took one. He like 6'4" or some shit like that.
He took Zion. Zion Ali. And then
who took the one? Who took the number 1? It was one on top of him, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was
He's a free safety.
Yeah, because he came out of Star. I know exactly who you're talking about.
The one Falk got?
Nah. You know what? I'll tell you right now who got him. I'm gonna go to the NFL rosters. Yeah, because he was a star. I think somebody off-brand got him that we wasn't expecting to get him. When we go to free safety. Let me come off of this. Give me 2 seconds to get over there. I know exactly who you're talking about. I just can't fucking remember his name right now. Because then Hitter took the strong safety. That was the one of the fastest safeties on the board too. The strong safety. He took him before you. And I thought about that, like, damn, that other nigga was sitting right there. Hold on, I'm going to rosters right now. Wagner, yeah. But it was somebody on top. It was somebody over top of Wagner too that went in. That was the number 1 safety, free safety.
The Vikings took him.
He changed his name already. Just some oh yeah, Elba. There you go.
He was the main one on my him and Wagner was the main ones, and the one from the Cowboys. They were like the main ones that I was.
No, here you go, right here. The Dolphins got him. Javier Rivers was the number 1 on the board, the number 1 safety on the board. He wasn't
that's
the best.
One, right?
Yeah, he's 6'4", 202 pounds. But Javier Rivers was the number 1 safety, free safety. He wasn't the best safety, but he was the number 1 safety on the board. Right here, Javier. Then it was
you're right. It was him and Wagner, because I was really trying to key in on one of them. But then once I fuck around and seen Castle, cause I tried to get the safety Max got last year, the Bob Sanders.
Yeah, the little small short guy. Yeah,
Max stole him like a pick or 2 ahead of me. So like, that's why I just like fuck it. I just gotta play with what I can get this year and just attack this draft. Make sure my first pick gonna be top free safety or strong safety.
So the moment Castle hit the field, did you expect this to happen? 10 sacks out of him, because this is you user and getting those sacks, and running down into the box and doing your damn thing with him and shit, right? Did you see this coming? Or was that like when you picked him? Did you have that like in your head, like I'm gonna be able to do so much with this guy? At the safety level, because obviously the speed, he was a 96 speed safety, 96 speed, 96 acceleration.
It came back into play. You know, remember when I had Isaiah Simmons and Brent English?
Yes, sir, Brent English. Yep.
That was the meanest safety tandem.
Man, oh my God.
Seahawks. Yeah. That one came into play.
Yeah, boy. Oh my God, I remember those. Yep. So you were thinking on that level when you grabbed this guy.
Yeah, I was basically going back to my original style of play, like how I like to play.
Right. So, so in game 1 he had 3 tackles against the Patriots. And it's a hard game because you're playing a team that's going to run the ball, right? Then you get to the Titans and then he gets the 3 interceptions and the sack. Then the next game he comes out against the Jets, get the sack, and then you go crazy in the Texans and get 3 sacks with him. At that moment, now we're looking at his first 4 games. He has 5 sacks in that game, 3 interceptions. At that moment, did you realize like this is one of the best safeties in the draft right now? I'm playing with.
I was to be real. I was just like. I really was intrigued to see what he was, like, see what he's a star, superstar, X Factor, or whatever. That's how I was looking at it. But once I seen that he was a star, I was like, fuck it. By the end of the season, this nigga gonna be a superstar, X Factor, or something. I'm trying to make him go up. But he ain't never get the no breakout game though.
Right.
But he's still trucking, but he playing hella good. I just threw him in the starter role. He's actually a starter now, so like since he been starting, he been doing his damn thing.
So you know what I mean, and then that's another thing, the fact that you picked a guy in the first round, and now you saying he's plugged in, he's the starter. So that means he wasn't really starting. He played for you. He wasn't the starter all year right away, and he worked his way into that starting role. And as the season go, by the time I always say by week 8, you could tell what type of player these guys really are. Usually they're unlocked by that time, and then you really get to see what they are. But the fact that you're probably doing something that nobody's ever did in this league, I know, especially in Game of Thrones right now, this league, this 2022, which is have a DB with double-digit sacks right now. That's very impressive, first of all, because he's not only just getting tackles right now. Getting to the quarterback and sacking him. He's picking quarterbacks off. But how does he help you in the run game right now? Because the New England Patriots, they're a heavy running team. You struggle with that team that runs the ball all game long and running the same couple plays all game long. How does Lennox help you stopping the run?
But see, that was the game. That was the game where he pretty much, I threw him in the starter role. Right. I threw him in the starter role, so I was just like, fuck it, like, we finna see like what you can do. Like, you proving you got the stats and shit, so it's time to like put the lead on notice. Right. And that he actually came down and he did pretty fucking good. He had 5 tackles. He had 2 tackles for a loss. And the fucking tackles that he did have for a loss, they was third down tackles. So he pretty much solidified himself as like, okay, yeah, I'm ready. And then when we came back, we had to play the Eagles. He had 2 sacks versus the Eagles. Right. So I was like, damn, yeah, he really like ready.
When we look at the league sacks right now, you got a lot of guys in double digits. Jeremy Cumberland leads the league with 24 at this point for the Cardinals. Court Young's computer love right now for the LA Chargers with 17.5. Devin Bush from the linebacker spot went from middle to outside linebacker. He got him playing the same way he had Big Bull playing, or I can't remember his name right now. He's from my hood, so I keep forgetting his name. But 16.5 sacks right now, outside linebacker. Vicky D with 6.5. Just follow me. Eric Bolden with 16. Then you got Keyshawn Peppers with 15.5. Andrew Leonard, Saragusa 14.5. These all pass rushers. These guys who get paid to rush the passer. And then we come down here, I'm just looking at names, and all you see is DNs, and outside linebackers. And then you get to sack number 11, and the slot corner, Steve Israel for the Ravens, has 11, right? And then the next person that's a DB is yours, Lennox Castle. So we're in a league right now in the season where you got 2 DBs from 2 different teams that got double-digit sacks. Right now, something that's never happened in this league right now. That's very impressive in my opinion. When you're looking at all guys with sacks, it's usually the D linemen and outside linebackers. You got guys that are coming down in the box and making plays and getting to these quarterbacks. Is that scheme, right? You would have to chalk that up to scheme, right?
It's pretty much of like, okay, when to use it, when not to use it, when can you do it, when you can't do it. Like, cause sometimes you don't have to, like, if you playing somebody that like, okay, it take him a long time to throw routes. If you play
Right.
somebody that like to throw crossing routes, you like, okay, by the time that crossing route get past the linebacker, I should be there, or making
Should
him
be there,
step
yeah.
up, and somebody should be right there to either affect the throw or stack him or whatever.
Right.
So,
Time and scheme, period. Because again, you're looking at a guy that plays the true safety position, and the fact that you can walk him down. This is user. How many of these sacks is you doing it yourself though? Is that all 10 of them are? Or you?
no, I got all of them. Like I said, I got all the sacks. It's just like I'm just reading on what I can. Like if I see you overload the right or the left, like if I
Right.
can know I can get there, or you will pass heavy and I know I can get there before you find your first read, I'm gonna go. Like if not, it depends on who I'm playing. And
When you look at the Dolphins roster and the Patriots roster, do you feel like you closed the gap when it comes down to who has the better teams over there? Do you feel like you closed the gap fast on those guys, and that you absolutely have the better roster right now? Do you feel like your team is better than the Dolphins and the Patriots right now, or are you still catching up to them? So my question really is it coaching that got you winning the division right now, or do you feel like you came in and did your GM thing and put a better team together faster than them? Or both?
I can say my team not fully where I want them to be at.
Right.
I still got a couple holes that I want to attack, but pretty much overall, like we headed in the right direction, and we overstepping them in a lot of positions versus like where they've been at. Like their whole advantage over me when I came in was they O-line. Like their whole fucking O-line was
stars, superstars across the board.
And superstars and fucking 99 strength with the
coaching staff. Yep.
So like I was still trying to catch up, so I was like, fuck it, like that's why they be able to run so good, but I just had to I can give you the run, but you know you only gonna get so much till not when the field's straight.
Sure,
so
no,
when you
right.
down there,
20 yards and going in.
You gotta capitalize, and a lot of people don't know what the fuck to do when they get down there. They get stuck, or they don't got no go-to plays, or can't.
Or their shit locked on them, and they catching flags trying to run the same play over again and shit. Next thing you know, they got a fucking false start flag. Mad as hell because they ass can't pick another play like a motherfucker down there. Oh my god. So listen, we know Mike Weber is only a superstar right now, and he's not unlocked to that X factor yet, which he will be, right? How important it is for you once you get him to that X factor and him unlocked to really unlock him to do the things you really want to do with him, man. So I guess my question is more like this: playing with him on Superstar, how much of a challenge was that for you, knowing that you don't have escape artists or the things you will actually want on him to do the things you want to do?
I just play with them on system. Like,
Okay.
I don't overdo it. Like I know where he weak at. I know where his strength at. So I balance him out. So like you won't pretty much know. Like when I played you, that shit came up when you got the pick with Junior Seance. He threw that. I don't know what the fuck he was throwing that shit.
Oh my god, that changed the whole game.
Yeah, I was coming. I was on the I had the momentum. My running back was going left. He threw that shit to the right, and you picked it off and ran that shit back. And I was like, that was one of the rookie mistakes. Like that came into play. Which he had and came back and got us back in the game and shit.
Got right back in that game. Back to back. Not only did he score the touchdowns, them 2-point conversions, both of them. That's dial-ups, though. I ain't gonna hold you. To be wide the fuck open like that was mad as hell. Them two dial-ups. Both those 2-point conversions, dial-ups. Like, you put, like, look, that's something you had tucked. Like, all right, I scored, let's get this, and brought that shit right back. And again, it comes back down to now, rookie quarterback. Let's go back into last year's playoff loss against the Las Vegas Raiders. Did you expect to come into a game where it was a total of 60 something carries in that game from the Raiders? So that's clock controlling. You barely had the football in that game. How much of that game that still sticks in your head to be able to make sure that doesn't happen again. And just take me through the process if you can remember the game. When did you realize you was going to be in that type of game?
No, this is what happened, right? Okay, week 18, I had to play the Jets. So I was like, fuck it, I'm finna tell you to put him on auto because he said he wasn't playing. I was going to play the game.
Right.
So I was like, fuck it. And when you sent the game, when the
everybody
game got
tired.
Sent,
oh.
My people was at 95.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit.
And
yeah,
I was like,
that's a problem right there.
When we came out, it was snowing, so they tired and everybody fucking speed is down, and
yeah,
I was like, damn, man. And only reason he won the game is this nigga quarterback broke like 6 tackles. I'm talking about like third, it's third, bro. Literally 3rd and 18. It's like 3rd and 18. I was like, I know he got a fucking pass. So I clamped up all his receivers, and I got a spot. As soon as he took off, I set the spot, and I was coming, but both of us hit him at the same time. This nigga bounced off that shit and was steady going. I was like, what the
oh my God. Makes a play in the snow, and you know why that happened, right? Motherfucking your team yellow. Your entire defense is fucking yellow out there, and them hits ain't coming.
He ran over Battle. Like, I'm like, yo,
wow.
what? I'm like, man, I'm once I got him, I'm finna fuck him up. Bro, he ran over Battle, and they made me dive the other way, and he just kept running. I'm like,
oh my God, man, that shit. How about this, Hoodie? You got a nice little run. You got danger in the open field, and all of a sudden the guy warp speed tackle you with that square shit where they pull you to him and shit. How many times that affect you from breaking a long run?
No, I ain't had danger last year.
I'm just saying now, like when you running the ball, the guys that do that safe tackle and shit.
Yeah, that shit.
Because you play the Dolphins, he do that shit a lot where they fucking suck you into him and shit.
Man, he was doing that to me today. Like, nigga, I know he about to dive, and I'm running to the sideline, and they still fucking, he diving 5 yards, and they gluing him to my feet.
Oh my God, you know how many big runs that get stopped? You know who else do a good job of that? Shoguns, the Jaguar coach. Oh my God, he do that shit.
And the Raiders, right? So he get down now. He had field goal range. It's like a 30. It's like he like on the 38-yard line. So I'm like, he line up in the field goal. So I run to go get a bottle of water. Nigga, by the time I come back, this nigga passing the fucking ball to a receiver.
Oh shit.
He hit me with a fucking fake field goal, bro. and that was really like the it was 14-7 at that time. It was 14-7. I had just stopped him. Like, if he kick, it's either he gonna make the field goal and make it 6-point game, or he gonna fucking miss it due to the win. So I'm like, yeah, it's a 50-50 here. So this nigga might miss it or make it. Man, I go run and get a water. I come back, this nigga, his quarterback dropping back, throwing that bitch. I'm like, what the fuck?
And he'll tell you that was his longest throw of the game.
Longest throw of the game. Oh my God. Oh man.
I was sick. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, nigga, I'm gonna put 4 bottles of water next season.
I ain't getting up no more, man. Oh my God. Man, I remember I was playing somebody that did that to me. I asked him, can I pause it? I gotta run outside, grab the groceries out the car. I come back, this nigga up motherfucking like 14 of motherfucking. No, man, then look, he gonna give me the ball. I'm on my 1 yard line. I was mad as hell. I quit the shit out that game. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, that shit crazy. So going forward now, you kind of had a couple draft classes with your team. Do you let's talk G shit right now. Is this division yours now?
Not till I get my team to where I want them to be at. When I get all my holes plugged and filled, then I ain't gonna say it's my division. I'll just let my play do the talking,
Okay, yes sir.
Like every they know about me. I don't gotta say too much, and my name hold its own weight.
Yes sir. Yes sir. Motherfucking yes sir.
But, the Dolphins just gotta learn the hard way.
Yeah, cause y'all came in, you come off the situation of being in, and when you was in Madden franchise Junkies at the end of last year's dish, you join his league, and then he does that to you, put a bad taste in your mouth, and then how funny how things work out, right? Because you come over here in the league, you get back in the league that you originally belonged in the first place, and you're in his division. Like, was you excited about that? Like, was it like, yeah, I'm gonna whoop this nigga ass? Cause y'all first couple games, you was putting it on him. I mean, to the point where McCoy even got him big.
The first game, my first game playing him, when I clicked on it to go DM him to play. Once I clicked on it and I looked at him like,
and you seen that conversation and like, man, why you skip my pick?
Like, this nigga. So we play, right? So when I play him, my team was in the negative, they red and shit.
Red.
So it come down to Josh Allen fumbling on the fucking 5-yard line.
Oh wow.
For him to win the game, and he only won the game 38-35. And that's when he got in the chat like, oh, y'all dick riding this nigga like he's good and all that. So I was like, okay. I'm finna check. I got to check him real quick. So I was like, okay, let me get the draft class in. And
oh yeah, he was mad at me. I was talking shit like, yeah, you got Hoodie over there now. It's gonna be a problem. He was mad at you dick riding. Okay.
So see. I had to just come back and just show him like, drop the 60 on him. Then came back and dropped the 80 on him. I had to just show him like, bro, you must don't know who you playing with.
Yo, when you dropped the 60 and it came back with the 80 burger, McCoy came and got him with a 50 burger after that, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He was a walking 50. I told you he's a walking 50.
Like, you really feel that way though? He really a walking 50 burger.
Man, listen. Never speak, hey. Women lie, men lie, numbers don't.
Numbers don't. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Men and women lie, numbers don't.
He out here again did like how niggas used to do Mike and them back in the days and shit.
Oh, where he at? Young Camden, where you at? Oh my God. There you go. Yeah. Niggas is terrible. You went anything grown men at 1 a.m. Yeah, we on our shit right now, man. Where you at? Oh God, he in the comments section. And look, they go Fro. Come on, Fro, stop that sidekick shit, man. You always popping up when he play. Look, he go, damn, 15 minutes, Fro right behind him. Damn, 15 minute chorus. The fuck?
Let me tell you about his sidekick too, right? You feel me? I was playing. I had to play 4 in his league, right? So after I beat him, after I beat 4 and shit, I go watch the game because it's posted in the chat.
Right.
But he on there telling 4 like, damn man, why this nigga keep running the ball, dog? I thought you said he gonna pass the ball. So I'm like, so that when I was like, damn, this nigga homie.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn. So, and the only reason I kept running the ball that game is because he kept coming out and he fucking, whatever, like, damn, what defense that was everybody was running in, man.
Probably dollar or 146.
Matter of fact, it was the 335.
335, why everybody running this shit.
And I'm just running that bitch right up the middle, like the whole game. Just keep running 5 6 yards. And I hear him when I go back and watch it, he like, damn man, why you keep running the ball, bro? I thought you say he gonna pass the ball. Like,
come on, young Camden, you got the mother, you set him up and shit, got him out here where he gonna fling that shit.
So that let me know, like, when you play him, you run the ball on him, cause he gonna cry. And he gonna get him out of his game. and them just pure fact shit. I was like, damn, this nigga really, he want me to pass the ball. He done told him, he finna pass that shit, cuz. Nah, nigga.
He ready to pass that shit, cuz. Let's go. Hey, oh my God.
And that's how I met, that's how I got to know Fo. Fo know about me too. Yeah, he know about me too. That's why when he played me, he be trying to beat me for his homie.
Oh my God! So, young Camden, is this now a rival for you? You and Hoodie in the same division, got a little
Man,
history.
listen.
Is this a rival for you?
When I first game I pressed that bitch and seen that nigga name, it was a rival, nigga.
Dead on arrival, huh? Right away, rival
DOA,
up.
nigga.
Rival right the fuck up.
I was like, yeah, I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like, nigga, I come back to the leader and this nigga right here in the division. I was ready. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm about to murk him every time. He only beat me 2 times. Both times that he beat me since I've been over here, it's been the same way. On the goal line. Josh Allen fumbled 1 time. The first time I played him and the last time he beat me, I'm on the fucking goal line and I press the button and throw it to Chris Poole and I'm trying to fucking throw it to Carter coming on the fucking back of the touchdown wide ass open. He got 3 mans on Poole. And I threw the shit where I still threw it to him pressing the wrong fucking button because I thought I hadn't moved him from the outside to the inside. So his fucking letter on his name, the letter on top of him changed from me changing to the inside from the outside, and that shit fucked me up.
I know one thing, man. The league is at a good space right now, man. At the end of the day, we're on our way into real draft. And this is the last final season of Game of Thrones 3. How do you feel though, Hoodie, going into the playoffs right now? Let's go look at this stuff for a second right now. You went from the 6th seed or 5th seed, 6th seed. What was you before we advanced? After you just got that win.
I was number 5. Yeah, I was number 5.
Number 5. So you was matched up against the Jaguars in a road game against the Jaguars. You went from having a road game to having a home game and playing the 7th seed Browns. That's not going to change. That's locked in right now. No matter what happens, that's locked in. Bills versus the Browns right now. Are you familiar with this team? How many times have you played the Browns since you've been here?
I played them 2 times. I played them the first time, the first when I joined the league. He beat me, but I played him last year or the year before, and I beat him.
All right, so you're matching up. This is the guy, both of you guys throw the football. I can kind of get a understanding on why young Camden would tell Foe to prepare for the pass when he played you, because you will line up and throw that fucking football.
But that's the crazy part. I wasn't passing like that. Like I ain't even had no playbook then. I ain't even had created my playbook then. Like I created
this when
my
the game first came out, right? That league was started when the game first came out.
Yeah, it was like I created my playbook after I heard that shit. I was like, damn. This shit wild.
Yeah, after I heard that shit. All right, so you right now. You're lined up against the Browns. If you look at the NFC, man, you got the 3 active users over there are really good users over there, right? Y'all guys are playoff, all 3 in the playoffs. When we talk about the NFC East having the best division of football, do you feel like your division is fucking with that division?
Yeah. Well, they got 4 active users.
Right.
You feel me? Like we got 3, but like our 3 that's active is, always in the playoff. Been in the playoffs since I came. But they been in the playoff a lot too. And shit, only besides Hitter ain't make it this year. Rob. Other than that,
let's look at this right now. The NFC. Rob, I thought you. You lost your game against the Cowboys. That's right.
I lost to the Cowboys, but I played the Falcons, so that should probably put me back in there. Depending on how that should shake out.
All right, let's look at this real fast. Look at the standings real fast. So you're looking at the NFC right now. Who's the 7th seed? The Seahawks.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the NFC. The Seahawks. All right, so here we go. Cowboys, Vikings, Seahawks, Eagles, and damn, oh my God, it goes deeper than that. You got the Cowboys, Vikings, Seahawks. All right, so you look at these guys. If the Seahawks, Cowboys, or Vikings, and Seahawks, if they win their last game, they're in the playoffs because they only got 7 losses. Not all 3 of them. Right. I'm just saying, if 2 out of the 3 win their last game, is the wrap. They're in. right? So what you need is you need one of these teams to lose, and not only do you need them to lose, you need the right team to lose.
Right.
Ideally, you would like
be the Vikings. It got to be the Cowboys or the Seahawks.
Yeah. So
they
Cowboys
two
and
I
Seahawks.
played this year.
Yep. So and that with that being said, you're looking at not only are you looking
Cowboys,
at
I think the Cowboys put my cousin does. I think he got Craig.
He got Craig. Yeah, that's big. That's a big situation right there. That's big.
So since he got Craig, that could be. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm not sure if the Vikings and the Packers play right now. The week 18. Who the Vikings got week 18?
I want to say he got the Packers because
I thought it was the Packers. Where Max at? Is Max still around? You know, Max be passing the Max. He be passing the fuck out. Where the fuck is Max at?
The Vikings got the Packers.
All right, so the Vikings and the Packers play, and that's hopefully Hero Burgers play that game. He did play your cousin. The Raiders beat him and shit, knocked him out the playoffs.
So I need the Vikings to beat Hero Burger because Hero Burger got one on me.
Got one on you, yeah. So if you rooting for one of those teams, it got to be the Vikings you're rooting for in that game. All right, so you need Craig to handle business against the Cowboys, and you need the Vikings to handle business against the Packers. The Seahawks, who they lined up against week 18?
Oh, they play the Browns.
I'm in good position.
The funny thing is you are in a good position if the Browns decide to play that game or not. Because he gave me the force. He gave me the force. Once he knew he was in the playoffs, he didn't care. He's in.
Play that.
That's what I'm saying. He got to play that fucking game.
Hey, Junior, don't be funny, bro.
Yeah, play that game. Play that fucking game.
Hey, that's it. Playoff life on the line.
Like, listen, as much as I love the fact that the Seahawks is, playing good enough.
We said 5 games. He in the playoffs. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like we said 5 games, man. He's coming on. He's coming on,
coach.
bro.
Gotta go. Most improved coach, man. Simple as that.
The Seahawks can play though. Them and the Lions.
The Lions just got to get back active. The Lions can play, but he just got to get back active.
The Lions got a good ass scheme.
Oh my God, and got a good team around that shit too.
He had some fucking dialogue. So I was like, whoa.
That motherfucker, bro. He kind of like the build like you a little bit of defense through them safeties and shit, bro. You see why he went and got the boy Wagner.
That's what fucked him up when we played. I just kept route combo on him, and he kept falling for the shit, and I was just over top, wide eyes open.
Just walking by, niggas butt naked. But so when you look at this, Rob, your situation is you got to beat the Falcons, and I don't think you just got to go out there and win that game. You got to put points on him, like you got to beat him by like 30. Here's why. The Niners are sitting right behind you at 8-8. 49ers is 8-8 right behind you. Saints is 8-8 right behind you. And the Packers is 8-8 right behind you.
The Niners played fault though.
The Niners got fault to close out the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't even playing that, so that's a forced one for fault. All right, so who Foe got? Foe is at 8-8 right now.
He got Max.
All right, so that's big. Oh wow, that's big. I mean, shit. Hey man, that shit crazy, boy. You might be in a good situation right now. Oh my God. Yeah. So all right. So listen. Let's not sit here and think folk can't go out there and beat the Giants right now. We're not gonna say that at all. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm saying but the odds are forever on your side right now, right?
Yeah. I will say this about Fo. Fo could be anybody out here. Fo just want to play. He want to play air it out, bro. Like, he don't know how to.
Listen,
he don't know how to throw the game away. Like, he could have beat me. He got down to the 1 yard line where he could have ran in. He decided he wanted to build the clock on me and got stuffed on the goal line. Like, you just scored that shit and started making. Jay better than the Dolphins?
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, like, he played better. Like, Fo play better than the Dolphins. It's just that he don't know how to manage the game. Like, this nigga be up, steady throwing the fucking ball.
As far as not knowing how to manage the game, I don't know if he's better than
running the clock. If he learn how to manage the game, bro, he'll be fucking. His record will look better than it do right now. He'll win a lot more games, but he just don't know how to manage the game. And then another thing, he just say, "Hut, I'm finna go out here and throw this shit to my rookie receiver 90 times."
Yeah.
Nigga, you don't think when you throw it to him 5 times, I'm gonna start following him?
Where I be insulted, like, bro, you just gonna keep throwing it to this motherfucker?
And that's the crazy part. He gonna keep throwing it to him.
Same formation, same play. He just going. I'm like, all right, man.
But he actually he got a little game plan and a scheme, but he just like I said, he can't manage the game right. If
yeah, like I said, all he had to do is like, well, he tried to manage the game a little too much against me. Like I said, he could have scored. He had a woo baby. He ran out of bounds and then tried to milk the clock and got stuck on the goal line.
Instead of him, it could be 3rd and 2. He gonna pass the motherfucker. Like, nigga, what? Like, you gotta run the ball. Like, they don't believe in their running backs at times. That's what fucked them up. Like, the Dolphins too. The Dolphins, he got a good scheme too, but they don't know how to run it to. They ain't perfect their scheme yet, cause they try to do so much. Every time they ask somebody, they want to try to work on that person, and you can't do that.
Hoodie, let's just keep it 100, bro. If the scheme, if you listen, if you don't hear me out, and please hope they don't take this as a shot. Anybody, don't take this as a shot, please. If your scheme, if you get plays from YouTube, right, and your whole system and your scheme is YouTube, tournament style play, MUT style play, whatever the case may be. If you want some YouTube shit, please understand this. If you don't make that play your own and not make it what you see and run it how you see it, you have to understand why it works. Once you understand why it works, so listen to the language, listen to what these YouTubers are telling you why it works, and then it becomes your scheme. And then once you can make it yours, then you'll start seeing a lot more success in those play calling. And this is not, I'm not saying that those guys, run YouTube plays, but I watch a lot of YouTube, trust me. I watch it to counter what niggas is going to do to me, right?
Shit, you ain't gotta watch YouTube, man. You can just play a nigga and you can see
right away, of course, right away. Running the same old plays, shit. YouTube shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, so what I mean by that is you have to better match your own shit, no matter where you get it from. Like, if you watch a player like the Giants, he get a lot of plays from everybody in the league, but he makes it his own. He takes them shits and then he run them how you run them, but he also know how to run them how he see it too. And those players, yeah, so, and it's hard to stop those type of guys. So if you're a guy that's running the scheme, the system, because a lot of guys ain't slick with their shit, man. You call 50 different passing plays, but you got hot route master, so you're really setting up the same play all game long, right? And eventually smart guys understand that shit, and then they start to set their defenses up the same way you could do it on offense, they could do it on defense, and then you're in the situation. So you have to better go a little bit farther in how you see the field. You got to better see the field in a different way. Like I go out there and last year I'm the worst passing team in the league. Think about that. I'm the worst passing team in the league last year, right? Always to get myself in a situation to not be the worst passing team in the league the following year. And it's strategy, it's understanding on what you're trying to do. And it's guys that got a 9-play window in this league, and I can literally point out those guys. When I line up against guys, I know flat out they're not going to play me the same they play you. So, for example, if I play the Browns, he's not going to play Rob the same way he plays me, right? Some guys know that. Like, so if I play, you ever be like this, Rob? You ever get in the game, you be like, man, how the fuck, you know what I mean, I lose to this nigga, but he lost the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck, you know how guys be doing that shit? I always say that's the wrong shit to do, because everybody match up differently to certain people. You can't count those type of wins and losses when you be like, damn, how this nigga lose to him and I put up 70 on this motherfucker easy. That don't mean you better than me all of a sudden. It's just the guy played me in a different way than he will play you. He probably and you know what I'm saying? Some guys, if I line up and play Max, I'm gonna play hard, a good football, I'm trying to win the game, but I'm not gonna play him with the same energy I'm gonna play a Falk. If that makes sense to you. Put all your
effort, like, it's more of a focused little thing. Like, well, Max, you might get an urge to like try something here, try something there type shit. Versus Folk, you ain't trying shit. You gonna stay sticky with it. You know what I mean? Like, so people know who they playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got guys that play guys that don't watch no fucking film. I don't watch nobody games, bro. But I know how to.
key in on what
But
you
see,
doing.
that's where the problem come in at. Like, cause you can't come into a game like, oh shit, man, I'm playing fault. Oh, I'm
Right.
playing Ant.
Right.
Oh, I'm playing a top tier player. Like, I know this nigga finna beat me. Nigga, hell nah.
Yeah, you can't. You definitely can't.
And that's why a lot of niggas lose, cause they mindset be they come in the game, nigga, they shit already sweating. You feel me? Hand slip, controller slipping out their hand, trying to press,
Sweaty
trying
palms
to
like a
tackle.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
Hell
I can't
yeah.
lie. Like that's how I was with
You
me and Max the whole time. I was like, man, that's why this game out here it was so important. I'm
if
like,
you
yeah, I
just
can't think
come
about who
out-
I'm playing. I just gotta go and play this game.
It ain't
Cause
about
like for
who
the
you playing, cause you
longest, it
can
was
come
just
out
like,
there and dot and up, top tier player up,
Right.
top player up, anybody up, and fuck around and be like, oh shit, this nigga beat him.
Yep.
Like, you know, like prime example, last year playoff. Look at that shit. That shit was off the wall. Like nigga, like I got knocked off, Ant get knocked
I
off.
got knocked off right in the wild
And
card round.
this looking like what the fuck going on? Like,
Right. And look, the whole thing is funny because right before that, he was ready. The Browns were ready quit on Craig, and I'm telling Craig, nah, that's how he is, bro. When he getting his ass whooped, he don't look himself in the mirror. He start looking at your team or worrying about what you got. Oh, I can't compete with this team, this and that. That's how he was with me, right? And then we will fix things and we'll make sure he's right, or we'll compensate out of it and get his mind off of it. But he always had a good handle on what he was trying to do. He knew where his weaknesses was. Once you get over the anger part of why you lost, and you start really looking at how you can not lose the next time, and that's what happened. He found a way to beat me, and he beat me, right? But before that, Craig put up down there 70 on him, and then Snake came through and hit him with a 59 burger, right? And then niggas looking at me like, dang, you lost to him. I have my reasons why I lost, but he plays me different than he played y'all. Like, you look at what he did in the
you
playoffs.
gotta look at it too, like y'all play each other a lot.
All the time, exactly. So
Like,
all I'm saying is you can't look at a person because you beat that guy and think that the guy that lost to him, you should better beat that guy. That just doesn't work that way. You got to be way smarter than that. Football is football. Like the Lions can go out there and lose 11 games and beat their 12th team. That don't mean the team they beat 12th team they gonna beat the 13th team too. You know what I'm saying? Like they just
that's what I'm saying. The shit like NFL, any given Sunday shit. Like nigga, you don't know this. You can go bet your money. Oh, Bucks. Oh, I know they finna knock off the Colts or the Rams and fuck around. They get their ass blown out.
Get their ass
like,
blown all the way out. Yeah, you know what the fuck
It's
going
just
on.
with man being mad, and then that DDA shit be kicking in, boy. Oh,
And that shit real. You don't think that the Madden be dumbing your team down to when you come into a game, and if I don't want to play a team that got one win, and say they won in 15, I don't want to play them week 16 because you got to overcome the shit Madden gonna put you through just to even win that game.
and that
Shit be happening, bro. Next thing you know, you done got a fumble, sack, fumble, strip, pick. You don't know why the fuck your guys just keep falling and tripping over air and shit. You can't figure these things out. And it's the game. They dumbing your team down, and you got to fight through that shit.
A lot of niggas don't even know. A lot of niggas don't even know, like, when the DDA game's gonna happen. But them the games that happen, like, okay, you know how you might, like you just said, you finna play a nigga, you 12 and 14 or whatever. This nigga, what, 1 and 16? I mean, 1 and 15 or some shit like that. When you come to that game, it's gonna be a scenario up there like this team such and such. What that shit be saying when you playing one of the
They be like this
team
like they struggling. They gonna get trap game. They gonna get plus 5s, plus 10s, and all that shit. Yep, they the DDA games right there. The game telling you what they ready to put you through.
It's telling you what's finna happen. Like prime example, when you got a snow game, when they take everybody down, it's a DDA game. And
DDA game like a motherfucker.
Whoever got the most speed on the field gonna win.
Gonna win that shit.
Point blank period. Like niggas be out there running with 10-pound.
That's what happened year one with me and Young Camden in the playoffs, motherfucker, and Nano and Young Camden. When everybody slowed down and went to negative, Waddle still was the fastest motherfucker on the field. He was still in the 90s. Everybody else was 86s.
Still running like a.
Yep.
Cause if Waddle, I'm pretty sure you probably running like a 99 at the end of the season. So if they do that scenario, he gonna be running like a 94, 95.
Yep. Why you're 93 speed corner running to 86 now? You know what I'm saying? Like, slow as a motherfucker. He walked right by me, walk off home runs on my motherfucking safety. I was mad as hell. Like, god
But
damn.
them be the DDA games. Like
Mhm.
whenever you see a scenario up there, talking about a different team, them be the games. You just gotta pay attention to it.
Mhm. And
You
then
gotta
not
catch it.
only do you gotta pay attention to it, you gotta know how to coach through that type of game. Like
Yeah,
that's the
that's what I'm
game you gotta
saying. You
line up
gotta
and play
catch it
playoff
too.
football, yo. You gotta be able to play football in that game, like, and get yourself out of that situation right now. But the NFC real interesting over here because you got 1, 2, 3, 4 teams that are locked in for spots right now. So all these teams are divisional winners. The Bucks have the conference right now and had a first round bye. You got the Giants at home game, Cardinals home game won their division, and the Bears won their division. Outside of that, you got the 9-7 Cowboys, 9-7 Vikings, 9-7 Seahawks. All have to win in a in situation, right? So if you got 4 teams in, literally these next 3 teams, if they win, Cowboys, Vikings, and Seahawks, they should all be in the playoffs, right? No, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Now, what happens is who loses? If the Cowboys lose, Vikings win, Seahawks lose. That's going to determine what's going to happen with the Eagles, Niners, Saints, and Packers down the stretch. If they all went out, Packers went out, 49ers went out,
And the
Eagles went
Saints.
out, and the Saints went out, right? So Packers, Saints, Eagles. I mean,
But the
no, sorry.
49ers can't win out because he got folks.
Yeah, it's a wrap. He ain't even gonna play that game. So, all right. So let's go Packers, Saints, and the Eagles,
Eagles.
right? If they went out and 2 teams over here lose, Seahawks and the Vikings, then it'll be a 5-way tie between those teams that's got 8 losses apiece, and it's going to be a Madden sorted out situation. And that's the one thing you don't want to happen, and leave it up to Madden, because the moment you think you know who they going to pick, they pick the opposite. You never know. That's why I'm
Right.
telling
But
you,
they go-
score as many points as you can. Score as many
But that
points as you
shit go by the
can.
points though. Yeah,
Exactly.
they go by the points.
Exactly. So you got to go blow the Falcons the fuck all the way out. And then sit back and wait for the Madden guys to decide what's going to happen after that. But I will go try hang 50 to 60 on the Falcons if you can. You know, that's what I would do. Try to solidify my spot in the playoffs right now. And again, on the AFC side of things, everything's set. At this point, I think nothing really should change too much of anything. You got the Ravens going to be waiting in the divisional round. You got the Bills, the number 2 seed. The Broncos are the number 3 seed, and the Jaguars are the number 4 seed. With the Patriots,
matchups,
yes sir, really good matchups. That's what I'm going to get you right now and talk about these matchups right now. So when you play the Browns, you're playing a West Coast offense. You're playing a guy that would throw the check down ball. He's going to throw to the running back out the backfield. He like to throw a lot of drag concepts with crossing route concepts. Do you feel like did you feel like you put your defense together to be able to stop that type of offense? Because that's pretty much the meta offense anyway. That's what everybody in the fucking world pretty much do. But he's a little different when he do it. He's great with the quarterback. He can get him out the pocket. He doesn't have a complete mobile quarterback, but he's savvy enough to be able to get out the pocket and make plays happen.
Well, see, the thing is, if he gotta come to me. So 9 times out of 10, it'll be snowing.
Yes, sir.
So that'll play a part in for me.
When you look at the matchup though, they're coming into this game with an aging Nick Chubb, who's actually having a good season this year. Let's go back over here to stats and awards. Let's go to the stats and look at the Browns and then look at the Bills and see the matchups. Hey Rob, while I'm on stats and stuff like that, when I give you the key, can you go see who the next matchups is for me, so I don't have to go all the way out and come back in?
All right, I'm going to practice.
All right, I mean I could do it myself too. It's no big deal.
No, I got it.
So you're looking at first year quarterback and Mike Weber, who will be in the playoffs at home though, which is going to me will make him a little bit more comfortable. But you're going to be at home playing how you've been playing all year long, which is only on Superstar and having only 2 tiers unlocked right now. Bringing a young quarterback into the playoffs, Hoodie, how do you prepare him for this game?
Well, it's me. I play every down is an adjustment down. Like after after the first half, once I see what you giving me and what I can take and what's there and what's not there, I just wrap all that shit into one. So third and fourth quarter, you'll see all that shit just shut down what they was getting, and you'll see me starting to strike more and shit like that. It's just like in-game adjustment. Like, I'm just gonna take what I can, like whatever's working. You just gotta stick with whatever's working. Like niggas can be running the ball and then they getting 4 yards of carry, then to turn back around and pass the ball and throw an interception. You stupid. You gotta stick with what's working. You averaging 4 yards of carry. And if you do that, you average 4 yards of carry. That's a first down every 3 yards.
Yes, sir.
But niggas don't know how to stick to what's working. Like, and that's about this game. You gotta stick to actually what's working.
And again, it falls back to those guys that are like that don't have a big variety of play calling. What they do well, they do it great because that shit works. They're not coming out running a million different unfamiliar plays. They're running their system or what they're comfortable with, and because of that, they have a high success rate of playing because they, consistently train themselves game in and game out, or running those same 7 to 8, maybe 9 plays. They're training themselves to better see it a little bit more each time they run a play. Each time they run a play, they get to see it a little bit more, and they're really effective. Now, you're looking at the Browns quarterback comes into this game. He's thrown for 5,446 yards this year. He's at 67%, 60 touchdowns, 34 interceptions. He's been sacked 39 times, and a lot of that is self-made sacks because he does like to roll out of the pocket a lot. QB contained catches up to him at times. When you see a quarterback that, even though he threw 60 touchdowns, he threw 34 interceptions and he's 67% with 39 sacks. Does that give you some comfort in knowing that you got a team that's in the top 10 in sacks, right? They can get the turnovers, they get interceptions, and that 67% is almost 70% a thrower. But it shows you that they want to throw the ball more than they want to run. If they're coming to Buffalo in the wild card round, 9 out of 10 they come into a bad weather game right now. How much of that affects the game for you?
Like I said, I just like once we get in the game and once I see like what everybody dropped down to, that's what I base my scheme off. Like what I can, like, you feel me? Like if I see this nigga, his cornerback faster than my wide receivers, or my wide receiver faster than his cornerbacks, I'm finna scheme up some shit to attack what I can attack.
Right.
And what I can't attack, I'ma just resolve around that shit to find a way to make him get up out of that, get uncomfortable out of that shit, and try some new shit. And once he tries some new shit, then I'ma just hit him with some shit that I've been just, some shit that's in the bag. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got about 4, 5 plays in the bag, Bring them out here now.
Shit that you bring out when you need it. So let's stay there then for a second. When you in a situation where is a must get, let's say 3rd and 12. All right, let's go 3rd and 12. Take these numbers and can't keep them in your head. 3rd and 12, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 6. And you're in these situations, this is a money down for you. You need this first down right now. How far can you go in your play selection? Do you have things for a 3rd and 1? Do you have different plays for a 3rd and 6? Do you have different plays for a 3rd and 12?
Yeah, I got probably like at least about 6, 7 plays that I know that can get me at least 15 to 20 yards.
Mm-hmm. Now, how important is it for you to get your quarterback going early, knowing that you got a rookie playing in the playoffs right now? Like, is it a thing where, maybe you get him going through running the football, or do you want to get him hot throwing the ball early where, you can get him in a rhythm early?
I just, like I said, I just feed off what's working at the time.
Right.
And I just keep thriving on that until, like, I see they getting a little grip on that, then I just hit them with something else, and then make them make their mind and have their mind in a little daze of what the fuck I'm gonna do next.
Right. So you want to keep the defensive coordinator guessing.
Keep them guessing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. So how much of you having a rookie quarterback, does that matter to you at all, or you ignore that and play football?
Nah, I just play. Like, I know like every game it gonna be like the first 8 games. It was a lot of bullshit ass interception and shit because we was going through the rookie moment and like towards the last part of the schedule, like he had at least like 3 or 4 like arrow throws.
Okay.
Versus where he had like 20-some arrow throws like in the first 8 games.
Yeah, first half, yeah. So as the season
like,
goes, he gets better, gets more comfortable.
Yeah, it's just like an offensive chemistry thing. Like I say, him and Poole played with each other, so the chemistry was there with them. The chemistry with Carter is coming out. It's there, but it's still coming.
Right.
Feel me? And chemistry with Danger is there, but it's still coming along. Like every week, it's getting more chemistry, morale going up. All that shit matter. How your morale, better your team gonna play.
Exactly. That morale means a lot right now. All right, so you got Nick Chubb, who's in his 9th season right now. 291 carries this year from a team that really wants to throw the ball more than they want to run it. They will run the football. He's averaging 5.3 yards a carry, 96.4 yards a game. Again, 291 carries right now. 1,543 rushing yards on the season. How much of a key or concern is it to know that, especially if the weather's bad, is this a guy that you have to, mark down as somebody that can be an X factor in this game that you have to be able to contain or shut down?
Everybody running back is a factor, Like it just, like I said, depends on if they stick to what's working. Like I said,
right.
You come out of your pass working, stick with your pass. Come out of your run working, stick with your run. Like I said, some niggas don't know how to stick to what's working. And
when you look at this matchup, let's talk about defense first. When you look at this matchup, right, is there a player that you look at on your defense that has to have a big game for you to be successful, or is there a position group that has to have a good game for you to be successful?
No, I just need everybody to be on the same page. Offense, defense, and special teams.
Yeah.
I need everybody to be clicking on all cylinders. We don't sit there and pick out a player or not. We know Nick Chubb, he gonna be a problem because anybody know that shit.
It's Nick Chubb. That motherfucker break tackle as soon as he say go.
If you ain't using them shit, you're a fool.
Right, that's what I thought, is the Browns, the way he really has that Bill Walsh West Coast offense in him. And I'm thinking like, damn, he got Nick Chubb. Is he going to waste him? He hasn't wasted him. He uses Nick Chubb. He'll give him 25 carries if he have to. And again, but obviously I don't think that's what he wants to do. He wants to better throw that thing up and down the park. So you got a quarterback that's up and coming in Stanton, who does throw interceptions and could throw a lot of interceptions. He's a timing quarterback. His play calling is predicated off of him. If he doesn't get read 1 or 2, he needs to extend plays and then make things happen off of that. But his 1-2 can be a pain in the ass if you're sitting in a lot of zone coverage and all that. He understands concepts and he knows how to, like you said, you call plays for concepts to get motherfuckers open. The Browns do a good job of that too. So how do you train your team and you work your team and being able to stay disciplined to some of the type of route concepts you're going to see. As a user, we can get aggressive and chase things. When you play in a team that like to do a lot of dragging across the concepts, that means something's going, something's coming. How could that be a pain in the ass to you being an aggressive user? You will jump the shit out of something in a heartbeat.
Cause all right, like this coming to play, like okay, if you blitzing or some shit, like it's a chance if that blitz don't get there that somebody gonna be open. You might jump the first person that's open, and if they have enough time to get back to the second read, then that's a problem.
Right.
But sometimes you can just keep doing that, and eventually you gonna fuck around and bait them up to fall right in what you fucking doing. Cause they gonna be like, oh, last time he went this way, so I know he gonna go that way again. Nah, I'm gonna jump that way and jump this way, and he gonna throw it right to you. So it's all up. It's basically like it's a chess game,
Yes,
pretty
sir.
much.
Yes, sir. Chess game. All right, so this matchup again. You said you played the Browns twice right now. Again, I think it's important that your rookie quarterback won that game against the Dolphins to get yourself a home game in the playoffs. Right now, things change a little bit that you're playing home. The comfort zone that you're dealing with, but you are coming into this game with two of your best weapons are rookies, are diaper dandies, and Danger and Weber at the quarterback position and the running back position. And the playoffs, the run game is very important in the playoffs. Again, when you go to the Bills and you look at their offense this year, Danger, 237 carries for 1442. He's averaging 6.1 yards a carry, 90 yards a game. He's only fumbled 3 times as a rookie, and for him to be 198 pounds, he has 27 broke tackles for 92 yards after contact right now. So longest runs 48 yards. For him to be explosive the way he is with that type of speed running around right now, for a 48-yard run to be his longest run right now, is that concerning to you?
Nah, cause it's just like you got too many weapons. You can't
Right.
key in on. You can't key in on because the average person gonna come out and say, okay, we gonna look for Poole, but they also forget about Carter, Danger. They forget about a quarterback too. He plays a valuable part too. Like, and hold on. It don't concern me though. It don't concern me.
When you look at your passing game, man, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys on this roster right now that has 20 or more catches on your team right now. When it comes down to stats and yards, you have one guy that's almost a 2,000-yard receiver, 23 touchdowns. But you are productive everywhere else. Carter has 40 catches, 8 touchdowns. McDonald comes in from free agency, 54 catches, he has 6 touchdowns. And not only does Danger has over 1,000 yards rushing, he's almost a 1,000-yard receiver at the same time. I mean, 12 yards a catch is big numbers for a running back coming out the backfield with 5 receiving touchdowns also. So the fact that you do spread the ball around, at least 5 to 6 guys on this team touch the ball as receivers in different ways right now. How important it is when you're playing in a game where you have different guys that you can trust because they are productive all year long in the playoffs that you could trust. So, for example, if Chris Poole is being double and triple teamed all game long, McDonald and Carter, you can trust them that they can beat one-on-one coverages and make plays, right?
Yeah.
So my question is how important it is to get those guys going all year long so when the playoffs come, they are already ready to make those plays for you.
Like I said, it start with like what you using them for.
Because Hoodie, you and me both know this though. You know it's guys in this league right now that only get stats with 2 players all year long. So when they get in the playoffs, they got that 3rd and 4th guy that you take that 2-player away. They can't get to that 3rd and 4th guy. They're not ready. They drop the ball. They can't get off of jams, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys only use 1 player all year at the receiver position. And then they going to need the number 2 receiver who only got 18 catches while your starting receiver got 150 all year long. The number 2 guy only touched the ball 18 times on the season. He can't make the play for you in the playoffs. So we've seen it. You see it. I've seen it. You've played guys that's like that. And I look at guys like that like lunch meat. When I know I can shut your best weapon down and your other guys, I don't really have to worry about it. I can let my team just deal with that. That's the situation right now. So I guess I'm looking at, 21 catches from tight end Tim Ward, the rookie, right? Anton Carter got 40 catches. Then I look at Stanley McDonald comes over and 54 catches. And Danger out the backfield, 59 catches. And then Chris Poole, 47 catches. You might look at only one of them in the passing game has 1,000 yards or more. But you got guys, that, again, productive. 5 touchdowns, 6 touchdowns, 8 touchdowns. These guys can produce for you. So if it came down to Chris Poole not having a good day today in that game, right, in that playoff game, he doesn't have a good day. You still got 5 other weapons on this team that can provide you some type of service to help you continue to process out, especially with a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, that's the next man up. Like every game, you gonna have somebody like that step up for you. Like you never know who it's gonna be. Like you might come in trying to force feed the ball to this nigga, but you throwing it there, tight throw it to this third screen nigga. He wide ass open.
Wide
like,
open, yep.
Throwing this thing like every week you gonna have somebody different show
How
up.
many guys
And
just
it'll be the
can
same
have
person.
that guy, but then still keep trying to get that guy that they want? Like, so for example, let's say I know you don't do this, but Chris Poole is getting double teamed and shut, but McDonald is wide open all the time. You see that, then you start to make McDonald the key of your offense. You start going at him, right? You're gonna attack him now. How many guys will see that, get the play off, throw him a pass or two, he wide open, and then they still go right back to Chris Poole the rest of the game?
See, that's a lot. See, that's where it come in of scheming.
Yes,
Sometimes a nigga might not be open. Sometimes you have to scheme him open.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
that's where
sir.
that come into play. Can you build a play or dial up a play for that man? Like NFL, like same way. Like nigga, like you gotta dial up plays for player. Like they gonna put prime example Devontae Adams. The Packers, he more dominant in the slot. He don't
Yes, sir.
play. They don't sit him outside all day. Once he get in the slot, he probably messed up with the third screen nickel shit, some cornerback, and he gonna fucking dominate and win that all the time. Like they scheme him open, and they be like, oh, he got 12 catches, yeah, but they schemed him open 8 of them catches. A lot of niggas don't know how to do that. Like if you see a nigga taking away your man option, go to something else. But
Go to something
like you
else.
said, is what it's coming to play at. Where some niggas don't know how to. Oh, you key in on this player and make him beat you with somebody else. They can't do it. But they only comfortable throwing to a certain player or doing certain shit with a certain player.
We've seen this playoff after playoff after playoff. We always talk about playoff football. Most guys take that as better run the ball in the playoffs. So I ask you this question: how important it is to have a strong run game throughout the playoffs?
You're gonna eat your cereal.
Well, see, this the thing. You can have a strong run game, right? But what you gonna do when it come down to 3rd and 8, 3rd and 6? Like you gotta have some shit to counter that.
Yes, sir.
And that's when the problems come in. That some niggas can run good, but when you get them to 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, where you have to make them pass, they don't know how to fucking pass.
Nope, they ain't comfortable with doing it.
They ain't
I would
comfortable with
say that's one of the main problems that the New England Patriots have with Coach Nano over there. They can run the ball really well all game long, but if you force them having to pass the ball, they're not in a comfortable situation where they can line up and go ahead and give you 20 catches or 20 passes, throw the ball 20 times and complete 12 of them, and be successful. Like, come on, let me put it this way, Hoodie, I'm playing you. I can't stop you from running the ball, but now you see me using the safety and I'm putting 9 in the box trying to stop the run. That's lunch meat for you, right? You're looking at that like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like guys like the Patriots or some of these other guys, they have to be able to expand their offense to the second tier part of it. Like you watch Falk, who throw the ball around the park all year long, enjoy it, then get in the playoffs, and his running back's the MVP of every game.
Yeah, that be the problem, cause niggas like, oh yeah, he finna come in this bitch and chunk this motherfucker, but nah, nigga finna come in this bitch and run, and once you key in on the run, he finna start downing you up.
Dotting your ass up, yeah.
Yeah, once you key in on that, he finna start back running.
Right.
It's a mind game.
Yeah, back and forth, seesaw.
You know how Falk is. That's how he, he gonna dial some shit up. Only thing I can tell you. If you go the BM, better get as many turnovers as you can, and make them bitches laugh. I mean, not get kicked 3, you gotta get 7.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm telling you right now, I got
I
done 3 Super Bowl losses, And that's the key to it. I turn the ball over more than he is, and he kind of beating me the way I would usually beat him, which is a strong run game and let him make the mistakes. He's coming out in these games playing a way where you're gonna make the mistakes and he's not gonna make as many. You tone it down, but to be able to do that again, you have to be able to have that clutch gene to do things like that. To be able to, I mean, you gotta think about it. This man on Hits Israel, his MVP season. All year long, he ran him and threw the ball to him all year long. He got to the playoffs and didn't even start him, and went to the running back that was the veteran running back. Yep, yeah, Tyson Williams out there going crazy.
I seen
Boy. Oh my God, that motherfucker.
I ain't never seen nobody beat a nigga with one player. Like, that shit be crazy. This nigga had more catches and running yard than anybody else. Like, God damn.
Man, I mean, that playoff run he had last year was crazy. I mean, he had game 1 7 touchdowns with Hits Israel on the Cowboys. Then he come back and get D West and had 6 touchdowns with him. Then somebody else he played had 5 touchdowns with him. Like he was going crazy. And then look, punt returns and all that. But this is, guys got to better turn that got to have that clutch key. Got to better turn that switch off and on whenever you get to those moments. Got to turn it off and on, man. I'm going to go over to the playoff tree again. Let's look at this next matchup real fast while we still on this bitch. And see what's going on. We did the AFC 2 versus 7 seed. Now we're going to go to the NFC 2 versus 7 seed. Now again, the NFC is more likely to change. We don't know who's going to actually be the 6, the 5, or the 7 seed. Things can change. Now, if the playoffs started today, the Giants will take on the Seahawks. Can we say this is a trap game for the Giants?
I don't think he's there yet.
It depends on what Seahawks usually get, because sometimes he can be locked in. I done seen games where he locked in and he just like, I'm talking about bitch out there dotting shit up like left or right.
Right.
But it just depends on what usually you get with him. Like, if he locked in, then it'll be a game. But this where it come down to scheme over team.
Pretty much. And but he also gotta be like this, man. Like if I'm the Seahawks, I don't got nothing to lose. If I'm in these playoffs, I don't got shit to lose, man. I'm going out here and I'm putting it all on the line. And you know what? Fuck it. Whatever happens, happens. But I'm going to go out there and leave it on the line, because you're going to come into any game, no matter what. You win a playoff game or not. You coming into the playoffs with the one team that's going to come into the playoffs that nobody is going to, even. I don't even think Max, if this is the matchup, I don't think he even gonna go watch film on the Seahawks. I think he has this in the bag and he's gonna play that game. What you think, Rob? You think he watched film so much that he will watch film against the Seahawks, or do you think he'll overlook?
He's going to probably glance. He probably don't gonna deaf like everybody else.
Right.
He'll probably glance because, like you said, there has been speculation like he's working with Craig. So you gotta give him that acknowledgement to go watch a little bit of film and see what he's doing different. But I don't think Max is going to go into deep depth like how he would do anybody else. But who knows? We are talking about Max. Max, he take a little bit from everybody, so he might already watch this film.
Alright, he probably did watch this shit. Or something like that. But that matchup, you got unfamiliar faces. You got the Seahawks matching up with the Giants. They don't usually play each other a lot. You got the Cardinals and the Vikings. They did play this season. I do think the Vikings will have to have some type of run game. They're not going to better come up and line up and do the same thing they did against the Cardinals in the regular season, which is throw the ball downfield all game long. At all. So you look on the other side of things, you got the Dolphins and the Broncos. And I think, young Camden traveling to Denver and the weather elements can be a factor, but not the deciding factor. You just gotta better get Jimbo off his square. Once he's locked in, and he's locked into what he's trying to do, and he understands what you're trying to do in defense. Offensively, he can be a headache, a pain in the ass, because he will put a scheme together on your ass in a heartbeat. He's one of those guys that'll come out in the same formation the whole first half on your ass. flat out. But I like that matchup. I like the matchup when it comes down to these two. They've played each other. It's not like they haven't played each other. I just want to know how bad the weather element is going to play a role in this game. Because Jimbo will be able to find a way to give Waddle problems. I'm not saying he'll completely shut him down, but he understands this game a lot, and he will be able to do something to put you in a situation where you got to go to somebody else. You're not just going to be able to just go walking Waddle all game long against Jimbo the way he plays defense. You look at 4 and 5, they played in the regular season. They're going to play again in the playoffs with the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New England Patriots. The Jaguars beat the Patriots in the regular season. I think this is a good game for Shoguns. Like, I really like this. He home playing New England. He don't got to travel to them and playing the weather elements. They get to play in Duval. Worst case scenario is raining in Florida. Other than that, they're going to be in a situation. Both these teams run the ball. Both of them use their running backs at a high level. But I do think, ETN is used a little bit more. They throw the ball to him out the backfield a lot. Line him up at receiver, whatever. They do some things over there. But Ezekiel Stokes, the running back for New England, is finally starting to be the #1 running back over there. How much, Rob, do you think that J.K. Dobbins has to still be a factor in this game for the Patriots to be successful in this playoff game?
He got to be a huge factor. I mean, you got your young back going throughout the year. That's great, but the playoffs a whole different animal, man. You got to get the guy who's been there, done that before. You got to get him back in the mix. I mean,
it's gonna come down to like who got the better running game.
Right, exactly.
But me personally, I done played both of them, but it just like Travis Etienne, he a problem there.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's definitely a problem.
That
He can do it all in between the tackles. That's
right.
like I say. He break tackles. He can run up and in the A gaps. He can run CB, B gap, C gap. He can take it outside. He can catch the ball at the backfield. He's definitely a fucking problem. I just think Ezekiel Stokes, the running back for Nano, is still unproven. He's getting him there. He's been a late bloomer. Been a first round pick 4 years ago. I just don't think he's super comfortable with him really being able to take over a game yet. But I do think he's, good enough. But I think J.K. Dobbins has to be the guy in this game for the Patriots to be successful in the run game over here, because the Jaguars are built really well over here. They got a really good defense, and they got a really good front five on the offensive line. Their offensive line is probably one of the best offensive lines in the league right now. So I like that matchup too. Over here, 4 versus 5 in the NFC side of things, Bears, Cowboys. Cowboys got their way back into the playoffs by fucking giving their running back 35 carries a game. Simple as that.
Went back to what he knew. Smart man.
Right back to what he knew. Got himself right back to that 5th seed. And when you're looking at it, you got the Bears, who's been, kind of the thorn in the Cowboys' ass, because he either drawing Falky every year or he drawing D West every year. So he got to better win the game though, because he can't go 0-3 against this Bear team in the playoffs. He got to better win the game. I like this matchup. I just think that if you look at the Cowboys built as a whole team, they match up well with the Bears, because I don't think the Bears are scary at the receiver position. I think Fields makes those guys play at a higher level than they actually are. And to be honest, in the playoffs, if you look at all 14 teams in the playoffs, the Bears have the worst weapons in the playoffs right now. I don't think their weapons is great at all over there.
If Madden Fitz QB could tame, he would be straight ass.
Right?
He don't do nothing but say hut and roll to the right and hoping the crossing route come over. And the crazy part about it, bro, when I played him, he threw the ball to Donnell Mooney, but I got 3 niggas on him. I'm like, I know this shit finna get booked. Man, that shit go to skits, and man, that nigga catch that shit. And that
He
was a key
rolled the
play.
fuck out.
It was like 3rd and 20 something too. He just threw that shit off his back feet and everything. I'm like, yeah, I know this shit, boy. That nigga caught that shit.
You know how many times I be snapping like, yo, why the fuck you be contain ain't working? That shit work when it wanna work, bro. Like,
I tell you what, he better do what he did against me and pull Michael Parsons and put him right on that line. Cause my quarterback couldn't do shit with Michael Parsons on that D line.
Hey, yeah, when I played Snake, he jumped out on me like I think like 17 zip. And once I keyed in on what the hell he was doing, and I came all the way back and beat him. But his fucking I can't think of who the fucking what's his safety name, man?
shit.
So he got a couple of them. Barnes. He got
man, this one.
Some it's over the M, some shit like that.
What is that? I'm a cookie or some shit like whatever his name.
Something like that.
I know exactly.
Something like
I'm
that.
on my way over there right
Man,
now.
that nigga that a fucking problem.
Yeah, he picked me out to sell the game yesterday.
That nigga picking me. He picked me up like 2 times. But if only thing with Snake, man, if Snake just manage his games better, he'll have a better record. He was up 17 zip, and he just went to door, got away from what the fuck he was
tried to throw the ball.
What? Nah, he was running the ball.
Oh, he's running
it? He was running the ball. His running back went to fucking getting open and running the ball, but it started off with his defense. His defense got he hit me and I fumbled and they scooped and scored.
Yeah, that sounds too familiar, ain't it?
Man, bro, listen, as soon as I said
I mean, it happened to me last night, real shit. It happened to me. Like, that's why I was talking to Mac.
Michael Parsons was like right there. He's standing right there. I'm like, yo, I'm fucking pointing this nigga out and everything, man. He just keep going by the top. He had like 3 sacks against me. So when I say that, this nigga just like get a boost right around the fucking man.
Right around that shit.
Swear to God, that's what I'm saying. Michael Parsons gonna be the X factor for this game. Like,
he got a mean ass fucking defense though. They put
I think sometimes he gets himself in trouble because he relied too much on that defense. Like, there was a couple streaks wide open I could have took advantage of. You got fat fingered a couple throws too, but. Yeah, sometimes I think he will have.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he plays on safety.
He plays everywhere. He plays D-line. He'll play safety, depending on what you come out in.
See, because that's why I kept getting him at, because he came out. That's why I say this how I know, like, how niggas be watching film and shit. Because he came out, when I came out in the formation, he did the same shit Max and Nano did. Jumped on the safety. So I was like, so either he been watching film or he passed the word down to him or who. So I know that he know now what the fuck that I'm doing. So I just countered it and hit his ass with something else. And that shit was wide ass. He felt right for it. Ran with that man and I had him dialed up some shit wide ass open. I was back in the game.
I know one thing. Joey Cummins, if he get that boy the ball 35, 40 times like he do, that motherfucker is a problem.
Hey. Bro, he was fucking dogging me.
That motherfucker is a problem,
what the fuck is he doing, man? Every time he touched the ball.
Just easy too. Like, man, you got damn. What the fuck going on?
I was happy when he started passing. I'm like, this nigga passing. I'm like, yes. He fell right into the trap. It threw me a pick. I'm like, yes,
Get too comfortable, throw that thing right to you. Boop! Game changed. That off that one interception, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. Shit's over with. Right off of that, instead of sticking right to the script. That been the theme all night, man. Guys, keep taking what they give you and play the game that way, man. Play that game that way. All right, so that's the playoff picture, man. What it looked like. Once we advance off of week 18, we'll come back and have the complete picture of what it's going to be and who's playing what right now. We got some cool. I love the NFC right now. There's a lot of teams over there that's still fighting for their playoff lives right now, man. In week 18, we haven't had a year yet where it's been all right. Week 18, just one of those cruise weeks. These games all got to get played. Like guys got to play this week. Like, we can't just be all trying to rush the league fast because we want to advance and shit. We need these guys to play because there's too many teams with opportunity to still make the playoffs on the NFC side this year, which is crazy right now. So we can get back here and we'll do these real fast and just get out of there. I just want to look at the award races before they pick who they're going to pick right now. You know, barring something really strange happens, for the most part, the guys that are on top of these lists is going to really stay there for the most part, right? So you're looking at Coach of the Year, Joe Judge for the Giants, look like he's on his way to that again. I think Max cheating, man. I don't know how the fuck his coach keep winning that shit
He got a real
every year,
coach.
man. That motherfucker keep winning the shit out of it.
That's
All right.
why he got a real damn coach. So
Yeah,
he gonna get nominated before all them creative coaches. That's how this shit set up.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you have a real face coach and he do good, if you ain't never seen like a coach that's fucking like 10-6 or 10-7, like winning coach of the year, he got a real face. That's why he keep fucking winning. He got a real face coach.
Yeah, well, man, I promise you, I never looked at it like that. So that's something that's interesting. Yep. And you see all the guys up here, all except for Goat Falk, all the rest of these guys are real guys. Yep. D West, Brian Flores, Mike McCarthy, yeah, all these guys up here. Shit, Hardbar up there. So now you go to the MVP race right now, between Lamar, Collar, and Bass. Bass just had a monster game and knocked the Packers out of the playoff contentions as of right now. But the top three, Lamar, Murray, I don't think really Lamar is the lose. I don't see how he will lose it this year. So, Offensive Player of the Year as well. You look at the NFC Offensive Player of the Year, it looks like Kyler Murray, Ruggs, and Bradshaw still fighting for that. You look at the MVPs. I don't want to do that. I want to go to AFC and NFC. All right. Let's look at defensive players right now. You got Steve Israel from the Ravens, number 1. Stearns is number 2, and then Lennox Castle, the diaper dandy, is number 3. That's your top 3 fighting for defensive player of the year right now. When you look at the NFC defensive player of the year, it's followed Devin White, Chris Samuel, diaper dandy, and Orlando Jordan, another diaper dandy. So you got a safety, a corner, and a linebacker for the NFC. In the AFC Defensive Player of the Year, you got a safety, and a safety. Shit, look, your first 4 are safeties. No corner, safety. All right, let's go look at the Offensive Rookie of the Years over here. You got Pitts and Danger Griffin going at it with Spencer Moss as well. Mike Weber's 4, and then Justin Keys is 5. You're looking at all playoff guys that's sitting in the top 5. NFC Offensive Rookie of the Year is Darren Thomas Jr., Chris Evans, 2 quarterbacks, and you got running back E.B. Savage, and you got running back to the house, and you got Earl Peppers. So the top 5 are 3 running backs and 2 quarterbacks. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Chris Samuel for the NFC. He said he was going to win this. Defensive Rookie of the Year, he said he was going to win it. He's up there right now. Orlando Jordan is number 2, diaper dandy, and Chase Bailey.
I'm doing a show. Shut the fuck up. Nigga.
He ain't trying to hear that shit.
I swear.
I should start wearing my real hair.
He's just straight told on you.
But I don't want to. Mommy. The shrinkage is real.
Little eye off the hook. Alright, so Chase Belly, you know, Champ Belly's little family member sitting here at number 3. And Orlando Jordan at 6'5", dog. Did I say the AFC rookies on defense? Alright, Lennox Castle, diaper dandy, number 1. Lance Norman, the cornerback, is number 2, and D.Y. Adams at linebacker, number 3. That's your top 3 defensive rookie of the year race war. Look like Lennox dare to either win it or lose it. At the end of the day, it really falls back on, is he going to win this shit or not? I think he's going to win it because they got too many damn sacks to go along with too many damn tackles and picks. Even though Lance Norman played really well all year long with D.Y. Adams at 3. Now, you go look at the best quarterbacks in the league. Your top 3 are in the AFC, Lamar Jackson, Stanton, and Weber. Mike Weber, after the win over the Dolphins, jumped over Dan Marino for the number 3 spot here in that race with 1 game left. In the NFC, your best QB is Kyler Murray, Bradshaw, and Elijah Manning. Names that we've been talking about. You know, man, these guys is just who they are. Simple as that. Boy, Justin Fields on this list too at 4 right now in the NFC. So, wow. All right, so you're looking at best quarterbacks. Now we're going to best running backs in the NFC. Jaleel Ruggs is number 1. Hal Streets and Hitch Israel number 3. All of them bringing a different style and a unique play to what they're doing. Oh yeah, I see it. Alright, so now Ruggs, Streets, and Hitch Israel. AFC running backs are as followed. Bass, Etienne, and Javonte Williams. Solid 1, 2, 3. Wide receivers, you're looking at Tion Pitts, Chris Poole, and Jalen Waddle, your top 3 receivers. All of them are under 6 foot. Shit crazy. NFC, wide receivers are as followed. Boseman, Sheldon Ward, I'm trying to think about. Alright, I don't know. Alright, so look at Boseman, Sheldon Ward, Henry Ruggs. All of them different, all of them unique the way they use these guys, man. I think I'm impressed with Henry Ruggs being up here because I do think he, turned himself into a true number 1. He's not a one-trick pony. He can do a little bit of everything. Sheldon Ward took over the number 1 receiver spot for the Cardinals in a deep receiving class where these guys do a lot for their team. Any one of them at any moment can be on there. So just to see Rondell Moore's on here. We have lost some play from Isabella, but it doesn't matter because of where they're headed. So straight like that. The AFC receivers are again Tion Pitts, Chris Poole, and Waddle. Alright. And with the honorable mention, Rashad Bateman. Rashad Bateman. Bowling. We got some good names on here, bro. Top 3 solid, though. Alright. Best old lineman in the AFC, Pat Falk, Grubbs. Then you got Bird. I think the race is between these 3. I like Ben Grubbs, though, for his first time ever started this year, balling out right now. But I try to tell Gunn, Jermaine Bird ain't better than Pat Falk, best lineman in the league. O-line over here, Oates is still in first place, Worth is second, and Belly is third. Defensive line in NFC, Jeremy Cumberland, Andrew Leonard, all from the same division, Vicky D, 2-team tandem. We got one with 24, one with 15, 16 sacks. The other one is just from their division. He's balling out. Top 3 right there. In the AFC, the top 3. D linemen are Eric Bowman, Saragusa, and Claude Young at 1, 2, and 3. One is a computer love. At 1, computer love. Everything else, computer love here too. So over there, lonely holding down ourselves. Simple as that. Now we got to slide from that D line. They go look at the NFC D line. I've seen that already, but we go look at that linebacker. And we got Devin White, Devin Bush, and Michael Parsons. This hasn't changed since the last time we did this. All 3 of these guys are animals. Yes, sir. Alright. Look at the linebackers in the AFC. Again, those names are a little weird. Cliff Odom, we don't really know too much about because the computer love. Dolphy Oway, Evan Ware, number 3. So your top 3 are guys you really don't know about. Only one guy is really a speed guy. I think in the NFC, their linebackers flying. DBs, looking at Steve Israel, Caden Stearns, and you're looking at Najee Israel, your top 3. You go down to 4, 5, and 6, you're looking at Castle, Cisco, and Weed. The Jacksonville Jaguars. They got some guys over there to blow assignments. And those guys over there are gonna blow your brain off the map if they come down there and hit your ass. I know Najee will crack your fucking lost skull if he catch you, or pick you off. But Steve Israel can cover anything moving. And he on this list, he #1 up here because he like Leonard Castle. These guys got double-digit sacks to go along with the rest of their stats, so they balling out.
That nigga killing me, man.
Man, so you got 11 sacks, like 13 picks, some shit like that. How many? I
Yeah,
gotta
I got
go see
about
it.
2 or 3 sacks on me.
Yeah, motherfucker, boy, you coming around that corner.
I'm pointing them out. I'm like, yo, this nigga still fucking coming. Yo, what the fuck?
Come screaming. All right, so
That nigga flying.
I mean, if you really look at the DBs over in the AFC, I think they're better than the NFC DBs as a whole. From 1 to 10, I think we're better than them over here. Hoodie, our guys are better. The names, period. You got Steve, you got Stearns, Najee Israel, Castle, Andre Cisco, Sean Wade.
Yeah, this year, because the NFC got a lot of rookies. They got 1, 2, probably like 3, 4. They got 4 rookies over here in the NFC. And all they rookies that leading is all the rookie corner DB that lead in the NFC. They fucking the top 4 they team just at 500. Yeah, we got the better DBs in AFC, without a doubt. We got 1.
I want to see the numbers on this shit. And then like you go from, you got Ed Reed at 10, you got Wild Goose for the Patriots at 9, you got Junior Levine at 8, you got Aaron Ridley. I mean Bills. You got 3 Buffalo Bills on here, 3 Baltimore Ravens on here. How many Broncos? We got more than 1 Broncos on there.
1 Broncos and 2 Jaguars.
Is that 2 Patriots?
No, 1 Patriot. 1 Patriots, 1 Broncos, 3 Bills, 3 Ravens, and 2 Jaguars.
Alright.
And out of that whole list is only 1. There's only 1 rookie. I got the only rookie up there.
Yep.
Now one of your cornerbacks not a rookie, right?
Nah, neither one of them. Nope. So you got Steve Israel, who's in his 2nd season. Najee's in his 3rd season. You got Castle, the only rookie up there. Cisco, no. Sean Wade, no. Ridley, no.
Yo, they got 4 rookies over here. Yeah, that's 6'5".
That nigga 6'5" over there in the NFC.
Yeah, that's him. That's the safety right there. That's who
Jordan,
I was right? Yeah, that's who I had my eye on. He came out this drop, right?
Yes, he did. 6'5".
Yeah, that's that big 6'5" ass nigga. Him and that DB that I was trying to get that DB that the 49ers got too.
Jesus. You got Samuel, Diaper Dandy, Orlando, Diaper Dandy, Jordan, Diaper Dandy. You got Keith David, Young, Kai Foban, and leagues this year too. Murphy Button. You got some veterans up here too, but like these guys, top 3 are off the hook over here. DB things. I want to see the INT shit real fast before we close this thing out. I'm gonna go to NFL real fast, and I want to go.
That's good.
Your passing leaders right now. Let's go look at it real fast. So you're looking at your Kyler Murray #1, Bradshaw #2, Lamar Jackson is #3, Marino's #4, Elijah Manning is #5. 6 is Herbert, but you don't count him as computer games. So we go Chris Evans and then Stanton. So that'll be 7, 8. Styles 9. Hurts you don't count. Beeman, you really shouldn't count Russell. We could probably go down a lot of these guys is up here because they not playing those games. Touchdowns though, who throw the most touchdowns? Obviously 90 touchdowns from Kyler Murray, 75 from Lamar Jackson, 70 from Elijah Manning, Bradshaw through 64, and Stan through 60. Who threw the most interceptions this year? Charlie Ward Jr. through 57, and then Travis Walden through 56. He donated. Oh my God, this motherfucker got 428 carries. Damn, he is not playing. Jesus. Oh yeah, he motherfucker.
God
Oh my
damn.
God, bro. Who the fuck did he play last week? He had 300
This
carries
nigga
last
got
week.
70 more carries than the next fucking
Shit, he had
running
300 yards rushing last week against the Packers. Where he made sure some of that screenshot, like, yeah, I avenged you because of. Yeah, appreciate you.
He said, I avenged you. Let me see. Hold on. I want to see season stats. Let's go look at the Packers game. 32 carries for 426 yards. Oh my God. 6 touchdowns. He ran the ball all game long. And enjoying that shit. Let's go back to week 1 and see how many, 38 carries in week 1. Then he chilled out. Then he came back 26 carries, 32 carries, 18. Then he had 23 carries. Then he had 31, 31, 35, 23, 22, 24, 43 against the Chargers. Then he had 30. Then he goes 11 against the Broncos and comes back 32. This motherfucker toking that rock.
Oh shit.
shit. That shit well with me, man. I got him on a goal line of fourth and goal, man. We tucking him in the backfield. That nigga still went fucking forward. Let's go. His running back a problem.
Yeah, he is. That motherfucker get the ball enough to be a problem. He's a monster. All right, let's look at the receiving yards already. You got Chad Boseman. First of all, let's see who got the most catches. How many 100-yard catches? 100 catches. You got J. Jawan Hudson for the Saints. Got 108 catches. He got him back to looking like that guy. Boseman got 98 catches. Ruggs got 97. The tight end Reasons 96. Tion Pitts 91. Carmichael 90. Savage out the backfield with 90 catches. I like that. A lot of catches from the running backs position. Another running back with 88 catches for the Texans, too. All right, yards-wise, though, let's go look at the yards. How many of these guys? I mean, this guy has 3,000 yards receiving with Chad, with Boseman. As impressive that is, the Saints did it a couple of years ago for like 4,000 as a fucking receiver. Tion Pitts, 26, 82. He's third on his list. Number 2 on this list. Receiving yards.
Got to be averaging about 10 catches a game.
Man, that shit crazy. Then you're looking at Ruggs with 97 catches. We got 2,514. Hudson with 2,267. Warwick with 2,187. Jenkins 2,185. Bateman 2,123. Poole on his way. One more game left to 2,000 yards, but he got 1920. Waddle at 1,799 with 1 game left. I don't know if he can do it, but it's possible. He is, good enough to do that. Poole average of 40.9 yards a catch. Let's see if there's anybody else even close to that. Not at all. And the fact is, the Vikings throw the ball downfield more than anybody in the league, and he still ain't fucking with that. All right, let's go to. Oh my God. Let's see how many guys out this bitch, giving up sacks. Tons of them. 20 of them things. Let's get out of there. All right, defense. We're looking at tackles right now. So we look like we got a couple 100 tackle guys. Davion Gaffney. 42. Who?
My linebacker battle. He should be out there with 100 tackles.
All right, where he at? 100 tackles. Oh, yep, he is. All right, so look, you got Devon Gaffney from the Rams, 142. C.J. Westbrook, Diaper Dandy, the rookie, 6'5" from Florida State. He was the fastest linebacker in the draft, 94. He got 130. You got Cedric Kidd with 125, another linebacker for the Colts. He's been drafting the shit out of linebackers. Yes, he do. Computer Love, Ray Lloyd, the fourth, 124. You got Devin Ward, 120. Isaiah Simmons got 118 tackles. Who that? There you go, Tarquin Battle right there, 6'5", 245, 114 tackles. And then Ben Middleton. You got all these 100 tackle guys, bro. A lot of them. Oh my God.
Damn, that nigga cornerback almost got a fucking 100 tackles.
That's what I'm saying. You got Devon Diablo at middle linebacker, Kenneth Murray, Jesse Bautista, 102 tackles. Brian Murphy got 101 tackles at the cornerback position. Kadeem Wagner with 101, McGroon with 101, and that's your 100 tackles. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
More than
9,
90
10,
cornerback
11,
got
12, 13,
his rookie
14, 15,
cornerback
16,
got
17,
97 fucking tackles.
That's fucking a lot of tackles, bro. His rookie corner, yep. Oh yeah, he balling. That
Yeah,
nigga doing
75
everything.
solo. Damn. He all over the fucking field.
He running around skipping. He did say he was going to win Defensive Player of the Year. All right, Ted Saragusa with 34 tackle for losses. The next man up is Computer Love, Eric Bolden, 29 tackle for losses. Oh my God, Jesus! These niggas getting in the backfield. Devin White, 23. I don't know who Troy Norwell is.
I don't know either, but that motherfucker in the backfield.
God damn, boy. And Farley got 20 of them things. And you start looking at the so 20 or more tackle for losses. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 total guys. When you look at the sack leaders, nobody's doing it better than Jeremy Cumberland with 24.
Ah, man, I know I should have. I wish that boy would have felt and caught young.
Boy. I was just like, I hope he go to a good team that know how to use him, you know what I mean, how to use him. He telling you, listen, because the Chargers haven't really been playing since he drafted him. He ain't used him yet. He really, remember, he tanked the year before when he started losing. Then he came out this year, played 4 games, and then tanked again. So that's just him playing, you know, the AI of him playing. They ain't even, you know, him being used in scheme, bro. Oh my God.
Fucking get used. He probably be looking at a 20 sacks.
Man, I fucking around. If I'm somebody, I'll try to trade for his ass if I was somebody that needed a pass rusher because he ain't using that motherfucker. Vicky D got 16.5. Devin Bush got 16.5. Eric Bolden got 16. You got Keyshawn Peppers with 15.5. Andrew Leonard with 15.5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 right there. Your top 6. Out of those top 6, 1, 2. Yep, 2 out of the 6 aren't playing games. So that's computer is in control of a couple of them. Those guys ain't playing. Other than that, they're playing. Let's keep going down. Because when you do this, you got to also go back up and go like this. AFC, make sure you ain't missing nobody. You're looking at, and I knew it, 16 sacks right here. I knew my guy was missing. So Boware. So let's go back to the NFC. Make sure ain't nobody missing over here. Bosa, nope, he got 14.5, so we can go down there. All right, cool. So PD Boware, the one that's only one that's missing on this list right now. He got 16, so he should be right here where Eric Bolden at. He should be in between that. So 15.5, 15.5, 14.5. Now we start getting to Saragusa at D tackle with 34 tackle for losses, 96 tackles as a defensive tackle, bro. 95 tackles, 34 tackle for loss, and 14.5 sacks, bro. He fucking balling this year. You got 14.5 from PJ Leonard, Joey Bosa with 14.5. You got Bradley Chubb with 14, still holding on. Nick Nasty 14, Pierre Ford 13.5, Michael Parsons 12.5, Chase 10, 12.5. Chase got 12, Cannon got 12. And you start looking at these 11.5. Sammy Nichols 11.5. So somebody go down to 10s. See anybody out of position that shouldn't have these type of. Leonard Castle, Steve Israel, DBs with 11 and 10 sacks on the year right now. That shit crazy. All right, the INTs. Orlando Jordan leads the league with 68 tackles as a diaper dandy, 4 tackles for losses, 15 interceptions, 4 deflections. He got 1 catch allowed, 2 forced fumbles. How many touchdowns he got? None. He balling though at 6'5". He probably putting in work. Stearns got 14 interceptions. So we got two safeties leading the league in interceptions right now. He got 14. But you look at him, he got a sack, 2 tackles for loss, 69 tackles. He got 7 deflections too.
Quarterback got 13 picks.
Keith David, 13 interceptions. Chris Samuel, the rookie, 13 interceptions. Linebacker Devin White got 13. Steve Israel, he got 78 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 11 sacks, 13 interceptions, 12 deflections, no passes caught on him, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, and 4 return to the crib. Ew. He's shitting. Oh, he's shitting. Then motherfucking Najee doing the same thing. He got 13 picks. Let me see, 6 deflections, 80 tackles, 3 tackles for losses. He don't got no sacks though. Forced fumble, none, fumble recovery, and he got 5 touchdowns. So Najee took 5 to the crib. Oh my God. Take going. Oh my God. All right, so going 12, Murphy 12. Kai Fo 12, Isaiah Simmons 11, Cisco 10, Wade 10, Davis 10, Chase Bailey 10, Idris Elba from safety position 10, you got Wild Goose 9, Levine 9, you got, alright, so we right outside of double digit. What do you got? 9, where your guy at? 9, 3, 2 catches allowed. How many touchdowns he got? Did he got any forced fumbles? And 1 touchdown return. Alrighty, that's your stat, guys, right now, man. As you can see, so we got guys with numbers and they still making names for themselves. Other than that, late night, we're out of here. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Holla at us when we holla at you, you heard?